I'll go ahead and bring us into frame now. And you guys are on the station. Let me go ahead and move over to that map actually. We'll go ahead and put you on the Changi map. Because, no, it's a pretty map.
And
God,
the music's starting again.
Yes, it's supposed to this time, though.
Oh, okay.
Darn.
Alright, so a couple of things that are kind of lingering from last session.
I loaded up the wrong game. I went into Darkstar universe.
Oh.
Yeah, I almost did that too.
Yeah,
since you touched it, it moves up in our
yeah, it does.
list.
Yeah, it was especially bad even for me until I changed the picture on it. Then I was getting all kinds of confused. Let's. Alright, so last week I said that the station could yield about 5,600 spare parts after 5 weeks of work from 2 teams. That was neglecting all the different possible bits of salvage that you could be getting as well. The kind of stuff that you can actually sell later on. There is quite a bit of that as well. And it wouldn't take you guys a whole lot of time to collect as much as your ship can carry. There's clearly more in the station than your ship can hold if you were to dismantle the entire thing.
Look, we don't want the entire station. We just want the copper wire.
Yeah, the spare parts.
Yeah.
That's all spare parts is. It's just things that have copper wire in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's also how they make good fuel.
It's all copper-based industry in this sector.
Yep. Well, and gold. There's gold in the microchips.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's still valuable.
Well, it's crypto gold now, right?
right. The physical chip has cryptocurrency in it.
Ugh, gross.
On the blockchain.
I want to get off the blockchain. Terrible.
So Lulu had helpfully posted the hit point fixing stuff there, and that's going to occupy most of Zoe's first week.
Woo!
The presiding engineers fix skill repaired in points each day at 1,000 credits worth of spare parts per hit point.
We're doing it, Charlie.
So that's 20 spare parts per hit point. If you guys want to, you're down 26 if I'm remembering the math right this time.
That's correct.
So if you guys would like to deduct the 520 spare parts from your inventory, we can go ahead and put your hit points up to 100%. There's not anything going to interrupt you before then.
Somebody else doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
After we're also scavenging in the meantime, correct?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can also scavenge in the meantime, led by somebody other than Zoe.
I'm busy.
What affected the? I think it was Nemesis leading.
Probably. Yeah, I'm most
Nemesis.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, last time we did it, it was like fix or administrate.
Well, Zoe has already
think it
gone
was-
through and marked the sites of highest efficiency. So at this point, it really is just getting salvage teams out there.
I have a quick question. Since we're hiring the AI, how much like server space did we? It was like a ton to keep them at the kind of the same mental level.
Yeah, basically 1 ton of cargo space.
Okay. I just don't want to, tear apart the servers before we have somewhere to put them.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... And I'm going to start moving people out of your boxes over here. I'm gonna rudely shove them over here on Ellie's face, apparently.
And since they now work for us and we are the best employees ever or employers ever, we'll give them 2 tons of server space.
Well, it's kind of you getting ahead of yourself. Callie's not working for you yet. You still have to go do the things you said you're going to do.
Yeah,
For
well,
Phil.
great.
But right now, Kali is in a box that.
No, there's no way that they left the station without. Right?
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So Callie's in the cloud. I'm
You're funny sometimes.
funny always. Just sometimes you guys don't get it.
It's because you're so much younger than us.
No, I'm not.
uh, uh. All right, you've got a ship repair team, and there was somebody that was you wanted to send somebody out to Changi during this first week, right? Or not Changi, Mojave 7.
Yeah. Go see if they can find any floating power armors.
All right. Okay, I've relabeled several boxes down there.
That make you feel better?
It does. It's gonna make me feel even better when you equip those boxes with faces.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use this time as a time to have another scene with Libra about Ada detection, and also probably I don't know. I'm gonna bring Bree in too, so that we can detect Adas from space with our infraspace thing. Just all the sensor people, all in one place, all at one time.
Okay.
So they're all on my team.
On the ship repair team.
Yeah.
All right.
Besides, Bree needed to get out of the cockpit once in a while.
Armstrong actually seems a little bit um hesitant.
Yeah, that's because I keep making them do weird shit. How dare you make me go off script?
No, Armstrong looks at Zoe. I thought I was bridge crew, Sir Zoe.
Yeah, well, everybody's got to pitch in where they can, when they can.
I still have to perform EVA.
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, for the hull repair, you're gonna have to go outside.
Okay, well, I mean, do they have any qualifications with EVA? I'm not going to send somebody out who doesn't know how to fuck to walk around in space.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh,
They
okay,
they
then
are
yeah.
crew, so they've got the qualifications for it.
Yeah. Then yes.
Unless
You
they
will
lie
have
in their
to.
resume.
Yeah,
You wouldn't,
unless
it
light
wouldn't have
on their
lied in
resume.
your resume, would you, Armstrong?
I missed that. You wouldn't want what?
You wouldn't lie in your resume.
Oh, of course not, sir.
Well, that's good to know. So there should be no problem with you going into space.
I mean, probably just some traumatic past experience. That's all.
I had a bad experience.
Who are Mojave 7 is the ruined station, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, who are the ones that wanted to go there?
I don't know if anybody wanted to go there. I want somebody to go there.
Somebody may not be getting a choice, is I think what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I don't really care who goes as long as it's somebody who can recognize power armor.
I think we talked about sending Charlie along there, since if anything ended up coming to combat, he's the most combat capable.
Only if it's robots.
It's gonna be robots.
It's probably robots.
As soon as we leave the realm of robots, I'm worse than your average person.
Not worse than us.
No,
You guys have like 3 guns.
it'd be your sidekick.
I mean, you could also have one of those guns. I mean,
No guns.
I don't actually
Hey,
think
Batman.
I don't think Jai's doing too much here, so I guess he'll go too. If it makes you feel better.
if it makes you happy. Can't be that bad.
Yeah. Then we'll take along
Which is actually a really dumb way to look at the world because, I mean, heroin will make you happy.
That might have been the point of the song.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just guessing on that.
It's one of them ironical songs.
Yeah, isn't it by the same artist? I'm gonna get so canceled for that.
I mean, it's not even the same gender artist.
we should be back at full health.
Wait a minute,
by the
Melissa
time we do
Etheridge
this.
and Alanis Morissette?
Actually, are we back at full health?
Yeah.
I mean, so
it-
far a week has gone by, or
It-
is about to go by.
We
Mm,
restore you
yeah.
you restore level HP per day.
So we're not at full right this second, but during the course of all of this, we will be, yes.
Okay.
Unless you took so much damage that 7 times your level will not heal you. Which I don't think anybody even has that many hit points, so never mind.
I think we were planning to go out and explore the go out in the water after we'd gotten back to full health. So
Yeah.
or like just after a few days. So
Yeah, so-
midway through the week.
Sounds right. I do want to continue that quick scene with Libra and Armstrong and Zoe before we continue.
Oh, yeah, have we told the crew that there's a fucking, like... I forget which lies we're keeping all the time.
I don't know. Meowkin and Lulu, go ahead and fill up the salvage teams while we're figuring out what lies you've told the crew.
Pretty sure the crew knows about,
Do you
like...
need the salvage teams for anything?
Have we
Right?
told them any lies? Any significant lies?
I mean, have we withheld the truth about the fact that some of the Adas are, like, sentient?
I don't think that's
I don't.
been revealed, no.
Hmm. Interesting.
Is that the thing that gets revealed? The secret for the campaign. Was I audible at all during any of that?
No.
Only the last part and very faintly.
Or is that just like an entire campaign secret?
Ah. I think it has been more or less an entire campaign secret. Android, your starting sentient Ada, did not let anybody really know early on. In fact, I
Alrighty.
don't think it was until even Libra that it came to the forefront.
Okay, but we often put androids above humans in the fucking like chain of command, so there's got to have been some explanation.
That could just be complete oddity. There are androids above humans in chains of command elsewhere. They're just, they're not people. It's like having to argue with the DMV online website. It's above you in authority. You can't overrule it just because you're a human. Probably not the best
No, but-
example.
I've tried.
So yeah, having androids above other people in the chain of command could easily and is easily accepted by a lot of humans as just, well, that's their position. That's what they do.
Weird.
Yeah.
And remember, androids can be and frequently are programmed to display certain personalities. So even those little personality quirks that come out aren't immediately obvious as an android-like. So yeah, this is easily something that you could have been hiding from your crew.
Well, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off. We're gonna expose everything.
I'll hide that from the crew. Yeah, we are.
Okay, so you've got Libra and Armstrong.
Well, I don't know if actually we're gonna rip off the Band-Aid or whatever. We're definitely gonna tell Armstrong.
We're gonna start peeling it off slowly and carefully.
So how does Zoe approach this? The three of you are
We're working on something.
yeah, you're
Don't worry
working
about it.
on
Doesn't matter
you're in vac suits except for Libra. Doing something on the hull.
We're working on the sensors, obviously. That's why I have all the sensor people here.
Okay, sure, yeah. Making
You
sure
know.
that there's no damage to the sensors. Well, there was damage. You're repairing it.
Yep. And I bring it up all casual, like, hey Libra, you know that thing that I was making to sense if there was sentient androids around?
Just kinda-
Libra pauses, a little hitch in her wrenching motion.
Yeah. Smooth movements. She never saw that coming. Anyway, yeah, I think Bree can really help us with that, expand that out so it's not just like a handheld thing.
Armstrong
So I'm bringing her into the project.
looks over at the both of you.
Hey Bree,
Sentient
this
androids.
is Libra. Oh yeah, sentient androids. Don't worry about it. They're just like people, only more metal.
Programmed that way.
No, well, I mean, in the same way that your meat is programmed to also be sentient, I guess.
Libra stands up slowly. Leaves.
Stands up. We're outside.
Well, she
Yeah,
was
she
hunched,
should have
she was
been
hunched over
got
wrenching
mag
at
boots.
something.
No, you're probably
Oh,
attached to
okay.
mag boots.
Yeah, she's still attached.
Uh-huh. I find this all very suspicious.
She's working on something. It's not like she's just standing there. She's leaned over working on something.
Get to work, Libra.
And this is for dramatic effect. You got to be able to stand out for dramatic effects.
Well, that's what sunglasses are for. Oh, we're wearing helmets. She lowers the sun visor on her helmet.
And she pivots to look over at Armstrong, who is looking at her. And then looks over at Zoe. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Nope. But we're gonna find out. You can't hide forever. Well, you probably could have hid a little bit longer, but she's the best at sensors, and we need to help. They're the best at sensors. God damn it.
It's okay, Zoe. What do you mean sentient androids? And they look between Zoe and him.
Do you need me to define sentience for you?
Yes.
Oh God, I can't fuck. I mean,
Sir, androids are circuit boards and
so
not,
humans are
not
just meat.
hydraulics. Do you think androids have a soul too?
I'm not sure anybody has a soul, so
We don't explicitly, I think. And by we, I mean Zoe
I
and
know.
Jai.
Uh, well, fine then. How do you define sentience in an android?
mm. Let's see. Well, it means that they have, and I list off the things that my scanner looks for because I have scientifically proven how to find sentience,
and
and I'm not kidding about that.
and Armstrong rebuts them with
You can't rebut this shit. I
what they
proved it.
know of
That's science,
sensor
bitch.
technology and scans.
Uh huh.
Let's have you
Get
do a roll
fucked.
off.
Oh, gross. Yeah, you're with that bullshit.
uh, you're
Oh
rolling.
wait, they don't get their plus because this ain't a direct order.
You're
You're
right.
working
You're
on your
right.
own. You don't know shit.
I'll even roll this as non-proficient because this is way outside their wheelhouse right
What
now.
was it? Was program, right?
Yeah, go ahead and do a program int or charisma if you're trying to do this charismatically.
Eh. Yeah, I'll keep that. Sure, why not? Do I get a bonus for having actually proven that that's how you look for stuff?
Well,
I
no,
don't
because
need it.
that's what you're currently working on. You're still
No.
working on getting all that solidified. You've got a lot of stuff that Zoe is confident and 100% right on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's not something that's like provable to somebody else yet.
What? I found people with the ADA scanner. How is it not provable yet?
Are you confused? Maybe the infraworld scanner?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There's too many scanners. That's why I brought these two together so I could just do both at the same time.
Yeah, you're working on increasing the detection range of the infraworld scanner, which you've already completed. You've done that. You've proven that.
Oh, okay.
And this is building the device that will identify the ATIS.
Right. Yeah. Turtle knocked over in the fucking sand type shit. Or tortoise? Tortoise knocked over in the sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
But despite that not being foolproof yet, Zoe is able to go through enough of the science, despite Armstrong rebutting and saying, knowledgeably rebutting with, no, that's just this, or that's just that. This is a surge from that type of magnetic resonance in the shoulder joint. They falter and look over at Libra. Does this conversation hurt your feelings? And Libra nods.
Ooh. Damn.
Armstrong looks over at Zoe. Send me your files. I'll work on it immediately.
Well, I look over it. I'm literally up to my elbows in some kind of mechanical nonsense. Right now?
No, Zoe, not right now.
I'll send it when I can. I just want, take a look at it and let me know what you think. Think outside the box. I'm ordering you to think outside the box, so therefore
And Armstrong actually
Shit.
kind of goes on a little bit of a more talkative spree than they usually do.
With Libra or with me?
With
Or with both of us?
with you primarily, but includes Libra as making efforts to include Libra.
Hell yeah.
Arm-
Friendship.
Armstrong starts talking about how they thought about your last conversation and realized that what you were asking was just like developing new algorithms to solve, the various Rubik's cubes puzzles out there.
Excuse me.
And
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Zoe and Libra learned that Armstrong is a speed cuber. Their
Of course they
fastest
are.
solve is 4.7 seconds
On a regular Rubik's Cube?
on a regular Rubik's cube.
Pretty impressive. On a random sort?
I don't know that much about it. I just saw, I've seen speed cuber videos here and there. I don't know how they got into my YouTube feed, but they did, and they're damn impressive. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with these people? They're amazing.
Yep.
So, and I don't remember if 4.7 is fast or moderate for a regular cube.
I think it depends on if they're allowed to look at the cube first.
Okay.
Like, if they're not allowed to look at it first, that's fucking amazing. But some speed cubes, they're allowed to look at it first and, like, then put it down. And then the time starts when they lift up the cube to start solving it.
I got
the
you.
record for the fastest solve of a Rubik's cube is 3.47 seconds.
Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
it's pretty damn fast.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to make Armstrong like the fastest in all record time, but 4.7
Yeah.
is amazing.
I mean,
The
I can only
previous
imagine
record before
cybernetics. There's probably some faster solves by now in this sector.
I'm sure.
The previous record holder for the fastest solve was over 4 seconds.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that's
call
fine.
it like 6 seconds. It's still fucking impressive.
Yeah. So
And
all
you
right.
know, this sector lost Rubik's Cube technology for a really long time, so it's fair that our records aren't as good as theirs.
Yes, they did
Armstrong
forget how to put boxes next to boxes.
Yep.
own a Rubik's Cube? Like now, on the ship.
I'm sorry, what?
Does Armstrong own a Rubik's Cube? Like now, on the ship.
Uh-huh.
How have we not... A Rubik's Cube is a very easily identified object. How have we not seen this?
Probably because they've kept it in their room.
Yeah, they're a
They're
very
very
private
private.
person. Hmm.
Yeah. They don't bring toys with them on shift. Like, they're not an animal.
Yeah, who would do that?
They're very professional and immaculate at their station, at anything work related.
Who would do that, Nev says, while making a new character for the 8th time in Deltarune?
Delta
Delta
Rain.
Rain, geez.
Ooh, Delta Rune
Whatever.
would be a great name for the fantasy version.
Except that's an actual game.
Yeah, that's
Aw.
an
Delta
actual game.
game.
Well, I was thinking Delta Ruin, not Rune.
Mm,
You know, like
Delta
Alien
Rune's an
Ruins.
actual game?
I guess that still
Oh.
works for Rune.
Is that the new...
what's up?
Isn't Deltarune the new Undertale or whatever?
Yeah, it's like the under
Oh,
pool.
it's okay. All right.
I was like, I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Yeah, it's the Undertale equal, sort of.
Ah,
It's the Undertale AU.
yeah, I never played Undertale, so
Recommend.
everything
It's
I
a
know
good game.
about Undertale, I learned from other people showing me artwork that they did of it.
That tracks.
So I know about Sans
Everyone
Everyone
knows
knows
about
about
Sans.
Sans.
and Papyrus,
Mm.
It is,
only
in fact,
because
the paper.
somebody did a mashup of that SNL skit where it's like the designer got away with making the Avatar logo in Papyrus.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's a mashup of that and like the character of Papyrus. I don't know. It's dumb.
Mm.
Anyway, we all became a little bit closer and our hearts grew 2 sizes that day.
Yeah, and all you got left for that project is making a program check of difficulty 10.
I would like to point out that 2 times 0 is still 0.
Yes, well, of course. Look, I looked at the thing and it said think like a robot, and I was like, who do I know who thinks like a robot? And I brought them on board.
I would say you've completed probably the hardest step that I listed on that. The program 10 is not going to be hard once you're ready for that.
Well, especially now that I have somebody who can actually do program. Well, I guess I could have got Nemesis to do it.
Yeah.
As payback for helping with the mothership? The mothership? The mother box? What did you end up calling it?
Well, the original name was Broodmother, but
The
now
Broodmother, that's
now
right.
it's MIPS.
Now it's
We all
MIPS?
told you that. We all told you that we really hated the name Broodmother, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. I
my
wouldn't
God.
really stop saying how much you hated it.
I actually don't remember hating it.
Well,
I thought it
I
was a
assume
fine
you did.
enough name.
Well, you
Why don't
didn't
you call-
defend it for me.
Oh, we should call it Echidna. The mother of monsters.
We could also call it Tiamat.
You mean after you
It's
kidnapped
already
the
named.
Broodmother?
You all missed your opportunities. It's now MIPS. That can't change now.
I mean, MIPS is honestly worse than Broodmother.
It's engraved on the side of it. Well, you take that up with Dexter and Iridessa.
Oh, okay, alright. Well, if Iridessa was involved.
Yeah.
See, that's
Hey.
why it's named MIPS.
Can I scan your drone's head? No reason. No reason.
Haven't you already?
I don't know. Have I?
I think
think
so,
you
yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a comparison against the pre-scream BI.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so here's my question: would it be more or less comfortable if that she's constantly flirting with us if she is sentient?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Because
either.
it does mean if she's not like that, it means someone did intentionally program her to do that, which raises some questions. But
Well,
on
yeah,
the other
but
hand,
I don't think it does.
on the
I will
other
say,
hand, if she's
sentient, she passes the hardness test.
Okay, so
she
here's
always passes the hardness test.
So hardness test.
Harkness.
I keep just hearing hardness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right. I see salvage teams set up, so I'm going to ask you real quick. Do you want the crew to bring back anything other than spare parts?
Wait, why switch on a salvage team? No, switches with me.
You didn't bring them along, so no, they're not.
Literally carries my shit. It's the whole point of switch.
So this
You're fine.
is what's available to you.
You find somebody else.
No, what you get is the repair robot.
Charlie is going, correct?
Can you repeat that?
I said Charlie is going, correct?
Yeah, on the
Yep.
On the other station or ship or whatever.
Yeah, I just want to do the easy record keeping part of it first. So that's what's available to you. The spare parts will just come in at along with the rest. You don't have to actually say we want to get the spare parts. I know you want the spare parts. Do you want any of the salvage?
Yes.
I guess I would make that just 19 tons of starship salvage. That way it's not weird. There.
This is the total stuff that we'd get if we salvaged all of it, or this is what we'd get over a week.
That's the total.
Yeah. Yeah. Get along the bring along the good stuff if they have beyond the spare parts. The 19 tons of the starship salvage, I believe.
Okay. All right. And you don't want the salvage basic?
It really depends on how quickly we get the good stuff.
Okay.
Because we're over the course of a week. I don't really know how much we'll get. I assume it won't be 19 tons, but I'm not actually sure.
Well, with a real good logistical setup, and some inspiration convincing the crew that the threat of the station has actually passed. Um, Apparently, my research into how much people can carry says that people can carry up to 500 tons a week. Well, up to 100 tons a week for a team of per person.
Oh.
So-
And the initial goal, I should note, Dex, was getting the pre-tech bits.
Yeah,
here.
that's gonna require your more specialized people, Zoe or Nemesis. You could let one of the other techs do it, but you'd be sending somebody with a lower fixed score ultimately.
I think Nemesis is leading the salvage teams, isn't she?
No, I mean the whoever's getting the components isn't necessarily part of the salvage team. That's just separate.
Oh, okay.
Is that from a song there, Xander?
Seriously?
Yes?
You don't know 16 tons?
No?
Oh my god. The worst.
I'm not into rap music.
The worst.
So yeah, each of your teams, depending on how well this is laid out, can end up hauling anywhere from 50 to 500 tons per week. I know that your ship can't hold that much, so you'll be able to fill up your hold within the week that they're picking up the spare parts. That's primarily because this is a very, 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 very high density site. You know, all the parts are right here. It's not like a city where you're scavenging through buildings for looking for whatever's reasonable. Everything's good here.
Let's see, we've got 400 tons of cargo space total. I don't actually know how much is taken up there because I didn't look that closely because it's never really been relevant because 400 tons is a lot as it happens.
Yeah.
So why don't we start off with, it sounds like you want to collect more than, you want to fill your cargo hold or what's left of it. So go ahead and have Nemesis roll an admin to arrange the workflow, decide where holes need to be cut in the station, basically organizing traffic flow.
Traffic flow. All right. Intelligence, I presume.
Mhm.
Hey, do we still have that puzzle box?
No, that was I
Pretty low roll.
did that a
We-
while ago.
The difficulty
Did we
is a
open it
10.
already?
Yeah, Jai solved it, opened it, and then hid away the contents. We never heard anything about it.
That's right. Okay.
Did I?
I guess I
No,
could
no,
re-roll it.
The puzzle box was
I thought
what-
it had the QEDs in it.
Oh, okay.
That's probably fine. This is
it
fairly
also
low.
had that Cats video, remember?
Yep.
No. Obviously, I don't.
All right. Well, it's a low pressure scene, right? So I'll go ahead and re-roll.
Memories.
Yes, the cats.
That
the cats
cat scene. I was like, was there a character named Cat that I'm not remembering?
Nope. The song "Memories" in all of its YouTube glory.
Gross.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll. Jokin.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, I think I might as well. I mean, wow. That's just the way it is. 301.
It turns out that Nemesis's suggestions for traffic flow are impeded by various power lines in different places. Nemesis is not familiar with 1,000-year-old space stations, and they just didn't do things in the same way that the Nox would build starships, or various factions around the sector right now build starships. So it's not just Nemesis being bad at her job. It's
Yeah, it's part of that.
I am
part of that.
distracted too, though, I'm sure, because I'm messing around with the fleet drones.
Oh yeah, that too.
It's like, yeah, just go through there.
And so what's left is some kind of lead check to convince the salvage crew that they don't need to keep an eye on their back, that the threat of the station has been neutralized.
Our crew, or our leaders, have done what they do best. Just take our enemies and turn them into either dead people or our friends.
All right, is Zoe rolling that?
No, I was providing input. I was brainstorming to help.
Is Jai rolling that then?
Rolling what?
Lead check.
Oh,
Glorious leader.
for what?
Convincing people they aren't going to die.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm rolling it.
Okay.
I'm rolling it. I don't roll these very often.
All right. This check was more difficult because the station did just try to blow you up, and even
Okay.
while you were attached to it, that's a failure, by the way. Even while you were attached to it,
I'll go ahead and re-roll then, I suppose.
was moving its arms to aim those cannons at you.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't really just doesn't want us to succeed in this.
Doesn't want you to get the better workflow. Nope.
Wow, we're gonna be here a while, or we're gonna come back with less cargo than we intended. But that's probably fine.
It really doesn't matter.
We still have enough to fill the entire hold.
You've got one last saving grace, and that is Elena. Elena comes to Zoe.
Can she just whip them into shape? Comes to me.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
At some point that she could catch Zoe, and I know that Zoe's very busy right now, so Xander?
Breakfast time.
breakfast time. She comes over and sits down as Zoe is she scarfing down her eggs and noodles? I don't know what
it's-
Italian people eat for breakfast.
It's extremely ladylike. Excuse me.
Okay. So Elena comes over and sits down across from Zoe.
I look up at her. Hey, what's up?
Boss, yeah, I have time for a word in private.
I look down at my food, and then I look back up at her, and then I look around me. Is there anybody around us?
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right,
Those are the
everybody
people
out.
eat-
Abuse of power.
Well, everyone gets out.
Wait, do they really? Like, as soon as they start standing up, she goes, "Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you."
Also, Italian breakfast food, frittata or a casserole.
I like
Okay.
casserole.
So it's an egg casserole then.
We actually have a lasagna. It's just cold lasagna from last night. That's our breakfast.
We're just eating leftovers for breakfast.
Hell yeah!
There are people that are confused, and some start to sit back down.
Yeah, as soon as they get up, I was like, "Oh shit, I was just kidding. I'm sorry, guys." And I pick up my food, and I'm like, "Yeah, follow me." I didn't actually think that would work. Wow, amazing! You guys are great.
Your boss here. You command respect, Zoe,
Oh God, why?
because it is your name on our paychecks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So while we're walking and talking, I'm gonna be drinking my tea or whatever.
Elena only makes small talk until you actually get to a private, secluded area.
There's like an office or something near the cook place, right?
Sure.
cafeteria. Jesus, I don't know why that took me so long to figure out.
The-
So yeah, we don't go far.
And Elena sits down, fidgets.
Oh
Boss.
no, it's not actually an office. It's actually the gym, but there's
Oh.
just nobody in there right now.
Okay. Well then she stands there, fidgets, and keeps eyeing the entrance. So I want to talk to you about retirement
Yeah,
or
401k.
or death benefits, and uh, maybe an unusual request, but while outside on the hall and repairing the struts and the reinforcing structure, we all saw those arms come down. We realize how dangerous this job is.
Arms come down.
Yes, when the weapons were uh ready to fire, when you were breaching the station,
Mm. Yeah.
and we were all outside in the hall. It's one thing being inside a ship and being shot at. It's another thing seeing cannon aimed at your face.
Why were they outside? When?
Uh,
Hold
they
on, Xander, am confused now. What? When did this happen?
You had a couple of those armor loss crises. I carried them forward fictionally,
Oh,
and while you guys were basically storming the station, they were out on a whole EVA,
right.
repairing the reinforcing structure of that.
Yeah.
There was no mechanical thing to it. That crisis was over, but that
Right.
was the fiction of it.
Right. Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah, no, I get it.
my request is when I die, send money to my parents on Liv.
Yeah, sure. We can
10 years salary in
10
installments, not
did they say
not all at once.
10 years salary?
Duh.
How much is 10 fucking years of salary? I don't even
Probably gonna be way less than you think.
So keep in
Yeah,
mind, I
it's
believe
getting like really sad that that's 10 years salary.
I believe real life benefits on that end are like 2 years at most.
Yeah, okay, so if I die at my work, they only send $4,000 to whoever. Like, I'm worth nothing to them.
Yeah.
That's why whenever they're like health and safety, I'm like, you guys don't give a shit about that.
No,
It's only
I
because
mean
it
like
costs more to hire a new person.
I mean like with proper health insurance, it's like I believe last place I was at, if you actually went in and paid, the monthly fee for the health insurance,
Hmm.
it was like they said they'd send like up to 100,000, I believe, and that's if you went full in on the health insurance or the life insurance rather. I believe normally it was like 25,000, which was like half a year's pay.
So to give you some numbers on this, Elena is currently at crew 2, which is 300 per day, so 9,000 a month. And over 10 years, that's about 100,000 a year, and so over 10 years, that is 1,080,000. 1,080,000.
There's a lot of fucking okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is probably excessive, honestly, for
Jesus.
life.
You really want us to care about whether or not these people live or die. Apparently us joking about how they're meat shields is suddenly fucking,
Not for entire crew, Zoe. I'm asking only for my family.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I hear your request, and I will have to think on it and speak with with the board of supervisors, whatever the fuck word we ended up calling ourselves.
You're the command crew, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to speak with the other command crew. I'm not sure about that number, but something of the sort could possibly be negotiated.
Please, Zoe. Parents have only what I send them to live on.
Which is
Because
quite substantial.
I quit Union.
I understand. We would not let your parents starve.
You're making 300 credits a day. That's not bad.
300 credits a day?
Yes.
Jesus Christ! What are we paying these people for? Wish I.
You know, doing UEAs during hostile situations.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You could hire a fucking recruit in the military to do it for like a quarter of that.
Yeah, we just have to promise we'll send them to university after 4 years.
Now, most of your crew aren't getting 300 credits a day. It's Elena
Right.
because she's she's your leader crew. Most of your
Yeah.
crew are at 40 a day. And
So they get like substantially less.
yeah, but
Yeah.
to be clear, she is only asking for herself. She's not asking for this to be like a regular crew benefit.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. But
And
that's just going.
is she still on probation? Like, didn't we put her on probation?
That was like a month ago or something.
Yeah. And like even when we did it, I was like, this is just a negotiating thing, so my character can feel like my character instead of. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that we could probably work something out.
Let me know. It's
Will
on my mind
do.
lately. You know, big
Will-
lasers and stuff.
Will do, can do. Yeah, no, we're working to get you some power armor so that you can have something between you and big lasers. Although, I guess if one of those lasers had gone off, they probably wouldn't have saved. And I wander off and kind of thinking about it and drinking my tea.
Elena makes herself scarce and busy somewhere else.
I have no idea why these people respect me. I'm literally paying for their respect.
Obviously, it's imposter syndrome.
So to cap this, does Zoe talk with the command crew and get back to Elena?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like everybody was kind of fine with that.
So
We negotiated down to 8 years pay.
No, wait, hold on.
We negotiated down to 5 years pay.
I will remind you, out of character, that 10 years pay, the 1 million something credits is the equivalent of like $10 million in real life.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. How can we make this work? So what if we change it to a flat amount, but she has to work for us for another some odd amount of time?
she would ask what. Sorry, are you discussing this with crew right now, or do you want her input also?
No. I'm trying to figure out a counter offer.
Okay.
We just need to make
with,
sure they don't
with the
unionize.
command staff.
She was.
Yeah, we definitely don't want them to unionize. God, stay away from that.
Which would be kind of ironic how we left the union just to start another union.
she
We can always just space them if they do that. We're not actually beholden to any labor standards.
And she was also specific about it being installments and not a lump sum.
Well, yeah, that's fine if it's installments, but
yeah,
I meant on our end instead of 10 years of whatever her pay is, because she might get another fucking pay increase.
When?
Right? There's still room to grow. She could become captain of her own ship. And I'm not going to pay $20 gajillion because we end up paying her $500 a day.
Okay.
So, a set amount in installments, if that makes her happy. I don't give a shit. To only be paid out as long as she doesn't fucking betray us. There, bam. did it.
Okay.
You?
A flat 1,000,000 credits just to keep
Mm.
the accounting easy.
Well, it's your money.
It is literally my money. I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah, if you want to put this towards put them towards that, then it's your business.
I would really prefer that you did not die, though.
So,
Also, if you-
it's plan.
Also, if you commit suicide, you don't get any money.
So make it look like an accident.
Then how will I ever perform heroic suicidal act saving you so you can keep paying my parents?
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm talking about like you can't just go in the back and blow your brains out.
Oh, yeah. There's no victory in that.
Well, there's also no victory in dying in a heroic, last stand. I'd prefer you lived, honestly.
There's victory for little brother.
Oh, you have a little brother?
Yeah.
Is he any good at space stuff? Does he need a job?
I don't know. I had to join Union when I was born. Family could not afford to feed both of us.
Well, let's find out. Send him a letter.
No, what are you talking about? Why?
I'm digging deep into the lives of our crewmates, okay?
I abandoned Union. It is best not to have limited contact with them. Union already takes most of what I send to family.
Well, I mean, we could set you up with a better, like, we could send your family a new card and then they could, right? Can we do that? Is that a thing we can do?
This might be compromise, Zoe. If set up company not related to Raza and not related to me, Union will not tax as much. Union taxes money that I send because Union says I still owe from service and service abandonment.
Sure.
Takes 85% of everything that I send home.
85%? Fuck. Man, if I didn't want to kill them before, I kind of want to now. Fuck me.
This is a penalty
85%?
for abandoning Union service. No family benefits, and
Yeah, so all we have to do is set up a thing where they get money that's not from you.
this would
And how the...
this would be preferable. Better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will sacrifice my own salary for this. Pay me
Well, I
50 and send 250 home.
Okay. That's gonna have to be a project for somebody who's good at administration. Looking to
wow,
roll
now.
Nemesis.
What do I need to roll?
You'll need to roll multiple scenes in which you set up
now
shell
hold
companies.
on. I'd like to point out that her getting paid 50 and us sending 250 home is not her sacrificing her salary.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, this is how Nemesis and Elena become friends.
I guess the implication is that instead of fucking paying their salary and all of this fucking extra money, you're just paying it. You're paying the same amount that you'd be paying them, but just splitting it up.
Yep.
In which measure, wouldn't it just be easier to just transplant them onto a different planet where they wouldn't be taxed by Union anyways?
Yeah,
Just
hey.
throw them on vacation planet forever. Done.
How many family members are we gonna have to do this with?
Do they like the desert? Because we have a colony.
Family is Union loyalist, and I
Oh,
don't
gross.
know if I have any other sibling.
Gross.
Well, it sounds like this is their problem then.
Well, I mean, I'm making it your problem, so now it's your problem.
Still sounds like Elena's problem. Poor choices on their part doesn't necessarily, an emergency on their part does not necessarily, or an emergency
I mean,
on ours.
they literally run the crew for us. So yeah, sure, piss them off.
I mean, we could just space them and decide that
Oh my
The
god.
level 2 thing is not worth dealing with this nonsense.
Yeah, she's obviously let the power go to her head.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's becoming
Uh.
too big for her britches, as they say. So she's got to go.
And this is a
In like
neutral
a week.
characters tag on the stream, folks. I'll change it next time.
Jesus.
Eh,
We haven't actually done it yet.
I know.
Is alignment based on what you do or what you think?
no. Here it is, Dex. We space her, and then we send her family the
$1
million credits.
Yeah, that way everybody wins.
Yeah.
including fucking Union because they get 85% of that.
Yeah.
And you can be sure, based on how specific Lena was about it being intervals or whatever, payments, that they're going to tax a lump sum even higher.
Oh my god. So yeah, if you want to keep sending money to Union every week, then don't help Elena. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm just saying, it's like, we do that if
Stop being lazy.
And I'm just saying this is her fucking problem. It's not our fucking problem.
Stop being lazy.
It just seems like a situation that,
Stop being lazy.
it just has a better resolution that they don't want to work towards.
Stop being lazy.
Well, they're being lazy.
They're not. They're literally using their resources to solve a problem. That's the opposite of lazy.
So is this a whole project for me to sort out?
We just
I mean,
kidnap their family. I
Dex
feel like we
seems
should
to
just
think that it
kidnap their
needs to
family.
be, and it really shouldn't be. I feel like it's like
I mean, it feels like we're just throwing money at it, right?
It'd be a much easier problem to solve if we just kidnap their family.
yeah.
Or killed them.
They can just live on the ship, whatever. Like,
No, but they could live in our fucking colony.
I mean, I guess here's the problem: is having crew members with attachments with that are,
Yes.
I don't know. It feels like we've just left them
we
hostages.
erased them.
right?
We have the
I-
KGB.
Exactly.
We just
How do you
erased them.
control France? You kidnap all the fucking nobles' kids.
I'd
Yeah.
like to take a moment to just note that this particular branch has nothing to do with anything, and is basically entirely irrelevant to what we were doing.
It's
I don't
not,
know.
though.
Yeah, because
It super is.
you failed the role, and now we have to solve your ass's problem.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is this Dexter's way of telling us that Elena's crew is going to be on that fleet that we're planning to blow up?
No, this is
That would be amazing.
two failed checks on the salvage, and Elena, if she's satisfied, is going to recover one of those, so that you've got faster salvage.
Oh, that's right. You did say Elena was here to help us, to save us, and then it just became this whole thing.
Yeah, whatever. Zoe, just do
With help like
whatever
this.
do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, I did it. It's not my. This is now a Nemesis problem, and Nemesis is being a real bee about
I
it.
mean, I don't see that it
What?
requires a whole project, though.
Oh well, that's
what I'm
Dex
confused.
being a real bee.
That's what I'm confused about. Is how is this scope? I mean, we were basically agreed to set aside $1 million and $1 million extra credits, right?
So let me go through a couple of details here. The setting aside the $1 million, technically that satisfies Elena. If you're in agreement with that, then you get the success on the skill check. That's the done deal. The addition that Elena brought up, actually I think Zoe brought up and Elena agreed. I don't remember how it happened. Was sending Elena's. Oh yeah, you can blame Arch because Zoe asked more personal, but wanted to get no more information about Elena's family situation.
Yeah, because I don't want to pay a bunch of money to Union.
Yeah.
And this whole idea of sending Elena's current salary to family through a shell company is going to require a project because you can't just send
I
you know
see.
extra credits
Oh, so this is just about a project about
No,
denying
keep
Union
going.
that money.
Keep going because I still don't understand why this requires a
Yeah.
project.
Because
Denying the money to Union.
yes, you're effectively
While still
trying to
getting
set up
them.
shell company or something that's believable as a payment source to this family, so that Union doesn't confiscate it because it's effectively Elena's money. You can't
We
just
gotta
send it
con-
as Raza money because they'll confiscate all of that.
We got to convince the family to buy a car wash so we can funnel money to them through the car wash.
Yeah, you could easily see it
there
as
is
money
a way
laundering Elena's
easier
paycheck.
There is a way easier solution than that. You
Just-
could just ask your dad, Zoe.
What? For him to send him the money?
He controls fucking major city. He's got a lot of different things he could just funnel it through.
Look, my dad has got a magical fucking wand. I can't just
He
wave him in the
basically
air.
is.
Kind of is.
No,
You have to
because
admit
then
it.
I have
In
to
this
do
situation,
shit. I
he
don't
kind
want
of
to
is.
do it.
Okay.
Okay, it's a magic wand you don't want to use then.
No, it's a magic wand that costs. It's a blood sacrifice.
That you don't want to pay.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
A
want to pay
magic
it
wand
either.
that you don't want to use.
Hey, why don't you go hang out with my dad? How's that?
He's
Alright,
the first person
here's-
to even
here's-
ask my name.
Here's another question. Here's another question, or rather, here's another possible solution. We just tell her we did something and we never do it.
Oh yeah, that's great. That'll definitely engender more loyalty in them.
Nice. Yeah. I don't really care at this point. I just want it done.
Well,
I guess, yeah, the question is, do we feel strongly enough about Union taking out some of the money?
yes.
Why don't we just take
That's
out
the
Union?
question.
Look, I'm all for it. Let's go blow up some union shit.
Fine. Nemesis, just go fucking do it. We can use the shell company later anyway.
Yeah.
Fine.
It would definitely be a multi-purpose project if you did it.
Ooh, and we could set it up with.
Xander, are you putting your microphone in and out of a tin can?
No, I'm walking around because I really have to go to the bathroom, but I was also
Invested in the conversation.
invested in the conversation. Yeah.
Okay, we didn't hear the last thing that you said completely.
You could probably do something with the PR lady to like get some PR value out of it too. I don't fucking know.
Well, PR value. Well, no, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know if like. Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know
not
if
good PR for us, but
makes it
bad PR for the
worth less
union.
as a shell company. I don't know.
Using the shell company for other purposes, yeah.
So I'll go ahead and put a cap on this now. You've already agreed to the death retirement, and you'll work on, or at least a project will be set up for Nemesis to work on, whether she does or not. The shell companies, which would be multi-purpose, and with that, we'll let Xander get out of the tin can and into the bathroom. And we'll give you that success. You now can be moving 250 tons per team per week, which will fill up your cargo in 1 week, within 1 week. So yes, you can figure out how much space you've got left to fill and how much you want to fill with the salvage basic. That went a lot farther than I expected it to. That's fun. I had fun. How was it for you?
Next time we just kidnap her her parents.
I mean,
It's so much simpler.
From now on, we're only hiring orphans or people who hate their family.
Yeah. No connections. No.
Yeah.
Some of your
I don't want
favorite
to deal with
NPCs
it, and
have
if you speak,
connections.
we're instituting a new rule that if you speak or interact with your family in any way, we get to shoot you out of a cannon.
Into the sun.
The sun. How many spare parts was it per ton?
It's
100?
200 spare parts per ton. Yeah.
Oh, 200.
Can
I
we
do
pay
that.
out the retirement and spare parts?
No.
No, we want those spare parts.
And with those successes, your first week of salvage will net you 1,200 spare parts. So set aside 6 tons for that.
All right. I'm sorry, it's 19,000 tons of salvage?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a lot more than we could possibly ever get.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. I was looking at that as 19 tons also. Nope, it is 19,000 tons.
But only 6 tons spare parts. Okay.
Well,
So
6
we just
tons
need to
spare
come
parts
here,
for your first week.
and
Your
we
second
just
week
spend the
will get
next several weeks just doing trips back and forth here
more.
to get all the money out of it. This is now just a money-making operation. That's the whole point. Is to
19,000
get,
tons.
it's to get rich. That's the point of these D&D campaigns, right?
Oh, we
It's
get-
just to get rich.
250 tons.
We could just send the ice ferret over here.
Yep.
And honestly, we probably should.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
automate getting rich.
At some point, we need to get extract the value from. Like, have we been getting paid by them?
Mhm.
You say,
Have we?
but have we?
Yeah, you when you met up in Kanagiris or on Kanagiris, they transferred over a boatload of spare parts to you.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember exactly
Oh,
how
yeah.
much, but it should be in one of the summaries.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
remember something like that.
Well, we should tell them to come here, but not at the same time as the fleet that we're about to fuck up.
Well, it'll be a little harder anyways. I don't know if we can get a message to him before the fleet shows up.
Yeah, so we just tell them to come here and be like, "Hey, there's a lot of good salvage out here.
A lot of real good salvage.
A lot of that good."
Yep. And it is within their drive range, so they could make it.
And we have a reader for them, sort of.
There may be space monsters on the way, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacques still makes rudders. His style is terrifying, but he still makes a good rudder for you to follow on your way back. You don't have to rely on his weird navigation once he's made a jump.
Yeah.
So it can be shared
Okay.
with him. All right.
And what was our other ship called? The one that's going to the.
My grandfather's
grandpa-
axe.
Yeah, that's right. My grandfather's axe.
yeah.
Okay, we've got the spare parts in. I need to honestly double check what. So I guess we can just fill up the rest of the fucking hole with checking
Whatever.
roughly
I mean-
roughly 200 tons of the starship salvage. So I guess I'll write that down.
All right. All right. So you've done the Raza hit point repair. You've settled on the salvage and what you're taking from the station. Let's go explore Mojave 7. That sound exciting?
Something I'm not involved with.
But
Indeed.
yes.
Should it sound exciting?
Does it have
This
to sound
was-
exciting?
I mean, I leave that to you.
This is a runaway project an alleged runaway project that Kali felt necessary to destroy.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm. Or come across some biological abominations. Oh, runaway projects usually anything biological. Because life finds a way.
Well, you've already seen condensers I had the wrong music playing the entire time. You've already seen condensers exhibit runaway behavior,
Oh, right.
where they will remain powered even after you've severed all power to them.
Yep. That makes sense.
And Kelly does seem to have a very, very strong bias against condensers running. So,
So we got ghosts.
you get Jai, Charlie, Fairbanks, Hartman, uh, Nataria, almost forgot Nataria's name, and as a technician, LeBlanc, over into the Marauder, and you're flying it over. I will take silence as a yes.
Wow. Can't just do that.
You're right, I will wait for a response.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. No, it's fine by me. I don't have a horse in this race.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to Lulu and Charlie? Or Lulu and Nux?
I scared him off.
I mean, what was the question?
I was basically saying you're
just
just
like-
taking the Marauder over and then asking for confirmation. Yes, yeah,
I was being difficult
Yeah.
yeah,
because Dexter was like silent. Basically, Dexter said silence implies consent.
yeah, and that's just
That's
a
not
wrong
okay.
perception.
I think it's okay to make certain assumptions in a game like this, though.
Well, since I'm the GM and I control everything, yeah.
Yeah, to move things along.
And I am going to change the music up as you approach Mojave 7.
Because now we got ghost music.
Now you got ghostly music.
Oh, hey, listen to that.
Your Natario is avoiding the larger chunks, the larger parts of the station as you approach it, but it's going slow enough relative to the small parts, to the various debris out here, that you hear little bits of debris bouncing off of your hull. You see them on the in cockpit view screens as they break the illusion of a window. It looks like there's a part coming right towards you, and then it seems to fisheye, hook off to the left, and then clinks as it passes by the camera and hits the ship. And coming up on those cameras, magnified a couple times by Natario, you see the basic husk of a small space station that appeared to have four distinct sections attached to a power trunk, and it's pretty clear that what Callie did is destroy each of those main sections, put a metaspatial beam right through them, and also destroyed the power trunk. Did something to the reactor, probably put another beam right through it, that caused not, a self-destruct kind of explosion, but caused that kind of chain reaction, implosion, explosion, controlled explosion, all the way up through the base of it. That's where a lot of the debris came from. Is just parts of the exterior that got hit with enough force to jar them loose, and then eventually fell off.
Hmm.
There doesn't seem to be any sign of energy usage being picked up on the Marauder as you approach nearer. And Natario pulls right up to within 500 meters of the station. You can see where there was a space dock, and you can also see a couple of bodies floating around, kind of orbiting the husk of the station.
Yeah. Looks like Callie did a number on it. Can you get us any closer, Natario?
When I go in through one of those space docks or one of those holes, she points at a number of just holes in the station where the force of explosion from the reactor did actually punch a hole.
Well, your pick's as good as mine. Not sure how easy it'll be to get through the doors if there's no power. We go through the space docks, but it might be a little easier to stay there.
That's what I was thinking. I can clamp to the side of this.
All right.
She takes you to one of those one of the holes along the vertical shaft, the power trunk. Also seems more secure. I don't know if went into the front. Oh. Having only two directions to look is better than being in a big section, right?
Enough. Natario, you'll be staying here. Keep the engine ready.
Yes, sir.
The rest of you gear up as much as you can. We'll be heading in.
Tario takes a few minutes while you guys are setting up your gear, and clamps to the station. We're secure, sir.
Then. Everyone suited up.
I'll say, Charlie's providing, what's it called?
Oh,
The psychic suit and flight.
Yeah. Posting up then. Alright, open the hatch. Let's head in.
And do you still have your do you still have them wearing vac suits also?
Yeah.
Okay, so double protected.
Unless we find that power armor.
Right. You see the little light flash and hear beeps over your comms. Marauder depressurizing. Then the door opens. You are looking out onto the vastness of space, interrupted only by bits of debris that make a reasonable facsimile of the missing star field.
Right. Well, we'll use some mag clamps to climb around there and get to the hole.
Taria was able to set you down pretty close to it. She couldn't get right on the hole, of course, because, holes are already structurally weakened. But she got you within about 5 or 6 meters of it.
And we can just float on in.
Yeah, you can just fly on in.
Alright, we'll do that then.
Okay, you're inside the main power trunk of the station. Below you is basically the comms kind of communication antenna stuff. Not like comms where the comms people would be sitting, but just the equipment. And you're in the lengthy maintenance shaft, maintenance slash reactor core shaft. Above you are the destroyed sections that presume, are or were research labs and workstations.
So there's probably nothing left of those, right?
They're not destroyed through and through. The metaspatial hypercharge cannons don't cause as much like clear structural brute force damage. They're more like those armor loss you experienced, where they're degrading as they pierce through the station. There is obviously some destructive force with them, but they don't just outright destroy the station.
Right. Okay, so above us are those labs, and then below us are what?
Are the communications equipment, the actual satellites and broadcast towers and stuff that would send and receive signals.
Well, first things first. I think probably best to well, I mean it probably doesn't matter too much. I'm inclined to head up first. Any opposition there from Charlie?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna complain.
No.
Also not there, I guess. But no complaints from me.
All right, let's head up.
You and your team of guards and technician head on up towards the labs. You've got a bit of a flight, but you've also have flight. There are bits and bobs that are loose inside here also, so you probably don't want to move at the full 60-meter movement rate. The full flight speed allowed.
Right.
But you'll also make considerably better time than if you were grabbing something and launching yourself through the emptiness of this chamber, or clambering along it. Obviously, there is no gravity or atmosphere here at all.
Mm-hmm.
And within about 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, you've reached the first deck of a research area. Four wings, and not really too important which one you pick. I'll just assume that you go for the one that was the least damaged from your view outside.
Sure.
Okay. Inside is a bit more horrific than what you've seen in your travels up that cylinder. People in vac suits, dead, and people who are clearly just wearing scientist uniforms. Logos of Black Sun looks very familiar to Jai, exactly like the Black Sun that he saw inside the condenser. And also a few logos from Artemis Group, which I didn't actually make a logo for them, and for Necros, which I also didn't make a logo for.
Well, there's a logo.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No,
Okay. I was just going to say that the majority, 90%, are Black Sun.
I guess I'm going to go ahead and examine the nearest one, see if there's any sort of identification that might have survived the aeons since they were blown up.
Yeah, they're relatively well. The non-biological parts are relatively well preserved. The biological parts, the exposed biology, is exactly what you would expect a human body to look like after 1,000 years floating in vacuum or near vacuum.
Mhm.
And the same preservation, the same vacuum preservation is evident on their outfit. Those that weren't struck by uh, the destructive the beam um, are show no damage at all.
Right. Basically, probably just died of suffocation or exposure to
Yep,
the.
there's no bullet holes
Vacuum.
or laser burns for any of them except for those that got hit by a huge cannon.
Right. Okay. Then yeah. If they've got any sort of identification or anything, I'm going to go ahead and take that because it might be useful down the line.
Okay.
And then turn to examine the rest of the lab.
Well, with some exploration, it is still it's a small space station, or was a small space station, but it's still, large building sized.
Right.
And so it takes a little while to explore. You find little engineering bays, engineering nooks, workshops, pure computer-based research areas, and then a familiar sight of condenser technology and a familiar sight of what it looks like when a metaspatial hypercharged cannon uh, slams right into and through a section of station. Um, this is also where you see most of, not most of, a much higher concentration of bodies floating around in a single space is near this condenser. People in suits, not just vac suits, but in some kind of protective, radiation type suits. Call them hazmats. Um, and some grasping a tool in their cold, dead hands.
Now, I guess there's the obvious question of, is the condenser on? Because we already know it doesn't. Those things don't actually need to be connected to power.
The
So,
condenser suffered enough structural damage that from what Jai remembers of the condensers you've dismantled, it could not possibly function with or without power.
well, that's good to know. Um. Let's see.
So what do we just dismantle it?
Probably could get something out of dismantling it if we really tried. Make a note there. The rest of this. Huh. Looks like they had a bit of a contingent working on it, didn't they?
They definitely did, yeah. Go ahead and roll me an int fix check. And you can either roll it with Jai or with a +1 from Fairbanks, or you can just have Fairbanks roll it.
I'll go ahead and roll it myself.
Yeah. You can take a +1 from Fairbanks.
If I don't know what a success is.
Success is a 6, but you certainly could have gotten more success with higher. So you'll get some basic information with that roll. If you'd like more than basic, you could re-roll it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to re-roll it then.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
Now,
that's better.
yeah.
Um, this looks like the initial target of Callie's attack. Um, the the lab in which the condenser is held is not it's not on the outside surface of this wing. It's actually kind of deep in and protected by multiple layers of what one would uh, hope or try to design as some kind of protection from whatever is inside that. This was supposed to be a secured, isolated spot in the station. Um, that's evidenced by the bulk of damage outside of this working area, that where the station, this wing, has basically been stripped apart by those cannons. This looked like the I guess I kind of lied to you when I said that you went to the least damaged wing. Here you are in the most damaged wing. Sorry. Um, it didn't look as damaged from the outside, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this is still the condenser that took the bulk of Hallie's wrath, and based on the suits, Callie's focus on it, the tools, I can even identify that, hey, the power cable to the condenser was chopped with an axe, and the axe is still embedded in the floor there.
So that's the problem. They didn't pull the axe out.
Yeah, that's still creating a
Though actually, I think it was a superconductor, wasn't it?
It's a metaspatial axe.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
they
Well, that's
pulled
the problem. They should have used an infra axe.
Anyways,
they
tried cutting
pulled
the power.
the cable away from the axe also, so that it wasn't literally completing the circuit. Somebody got fried for that, I'm sure. But you see the same signs that they tried shutting this condenser down, using emergency protocols and then non-official emergency protocols. That's what the axe is called. And then they got cannoned.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Given what we remember from the previous condensers on Charlie's homeworld, those methods don't exactly work. All right. I guess the obvious quick question here is anything here salvageable?
Not at this one.
Okay. Great. Is there anything here where someone could put together information on how to build one of these condensers?
There's some computer equipment around. You can certainly have someone take a look and see if any of that is salvageable, or if any of the data is recoverable.
Yeah, if there's computer equipment around, I think the question is just let's go ahead and extract the hard drives from those and plan to take those back, because those might be useful.
Well, let me be a little bit broader with that. The station still has a lot of computers and computer equipment throughout it. And Jai's experience with science in general, this was a dedicated research station. It's quite possible that all of the computer equipment was networked into a central server.
Okay, we'll have to head there then to get that then.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. In that case, let's keep moving and see what else is here that isn't damaged.
Yeah.
Or is less damaged?
Yeah, you find more of the same. Condensers that have been destroyed by more precise, pinpointed attacks from Kali. But still managed to punch through the various layers trying to protect the outside from the condenser. Instead, didn't protect the condenser from the outside very well. And a couple of different workshop and engineering areas. You find... Hang on. You're spending hours exploring this at this point. And you do find those power armor suits that Zoe was so certain would be here.
Tell us how they're destroyed, Dax.
How badly are they mangled?
There are what looked like 6 suits secured to a workbench in parts.
Uh-huh.
They don't individually appear to have been damaged by any of Callie's assault on the station. They do appear that they were actively being repaired or having maintenance done. They're all in parts on the bench for something.
Well,
Maybe they're being outfitted for anti-ghost work.
yeah, maybe. Who knows? All right. I'll go ahead and instruct one of our crew members to go ahead and we brought androids with. We can instruct one of the androids to. Wait, did we bring androids with? I can't even remember. I put in the
You
script.
did not.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking of the salvage teams. I'll go ahead and instruct one of the crew members to bring those back to the, or a couple of the crew members to bring those parts all back to the Marauder.
Okay.
We can, even if they're in parts, Zoe could probably do something fancy with them.
And just so that we don't have Meowkin and Arch just sitting listening, unable to chime in. Do you guys have a feed going? Visual and audio? You're close enough. There'd be like a microsecond delay, but
Yeah. In that case, yeah. If they wanted to listen in, then we'd probably be in communication with the ship.
okay. Video feed at all?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because I know you've been wanting to say something, Arch.
I actually haven't. This is their party.
Yeah,
Well-
we're still waiting for them to come across like some eggs, and they like put their face over one.
If Zoe has the feed open, she probably does overhear the talk of power armor.
Yeah. There's only 6 of them, and they're all in pieces. Boo!
But all the pieces are there.
Yay!
Is 6 the number of them we were expecting?
Well, if you look at the holes or the charging ports in the armory, there should be 50 of them.
I don't believe
I was
specified.
I was expecting more, but you take what you can get.
6 is still a lot more than 0.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're curious, they are silvery white with gold trim.
Ooh,
Nice and ostentatious.
fancy.
And
But
they
Tony Stark built this in a cave out of scraps.
they have the Artemis Group logo on them.
No, boo! Sand that shit right off.
I thought you said the Artemis Group does not have a logo.
Does
I
not
didn't
have one to
make
make
a
it.
logo.
He
They
hasn't
have one. I
designed
didn't make
one.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a complete oversight on my part. I was like, yeah, I know what the logo is for Black Sun, it's the Black Sun. But didn't
Mhm.
even think about the other two.
But yes, since I don't think you said Dex, so should we be expecting there to be more of these things?
No.
Okay.
DM
Well,
says no.
yeah, go ahead and gather those up. We'll have Zoe take a look at those when we get back to the ship, see if she can put them together again.
GM was worried I was running out of projects.
Yeah.
Hey, you've almost completed another one. I gotta make sure you've always got a project or two.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know how you think.
I like the little roleplay interludes. LeBlanc takes it upon himself to get those packaged up as your, on-site technician, and make sure that you don't end up with 3 screws in one bag and 1 screw in another bag.
What are these IKEA power armor?
Yeah, you can only
Yeah.
put them together in a certain way,
Oh my god.
and in a certain order,
Boo.
and under certain lighting conditions.
Boo. Anyway.
The section of the ship that you're in appears to be dedicated to Black Sun, various research projects. You also see, parts of energy weapons that have been shoved into drawers. Well, not drawers, but that have been labeled and put into little, yes, they are just drawers, little plastic drawers. I'm picturing Adam Savage's garage, or the warehouse in the Mythbusters, where they had that wall of white parts drawers. And they've got various bits of energy weaponry in those.
Anything stand out?
Nice, Knox. Not particularly. They're old design. Laser pistols, rifles, plasma pistols, or plasma projectors, thermal pistols. They appear to be just standard energy weapons.
All right, so standard weapons. All right.
Well, they're all just parts though. This is basically like, spare parts that you would collect to build something else. It wouldn't even be worth putting these together into weapons.
All right. In that case, the armor brought back. Nothing else in the room, so.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make the implication here, or out the implication. It looks like this is the area that they were doing weapons and armor research and testing.
Right. Which is interesting. But also if there's anything really interesting there, that'd be in the server room. Or the information on that would be in the server room if the parts themselves don't really stand out as anything important.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
That is correct. However, I think it would be easier to access location-specific information on terminals in that location
There's
than
no power.
in the server room. Right? No, not right now. That's something that could be fixed with some good fixing.
No, I mean, well, no, because we'd need to set up power in the server room itself, and then set up power in the terminals and get a connection going. So that is another factor.
I'm not running this that way. for many of these, I think yes, the server room is where all the data is stored, but there will also be a local copy on local computers. I made the distinction in the destroyed condenser room that the information would be in the server room, because it sounded like you were just going to try and destroy the computers that were right there, or take the hard drives of the computers that were right there, to prevent other people from accessing the information.
Right.
So that's the distinction that I was making there. And what I'm saying here is, if you wanted to access this information, it would be easy enough to power up one of these terminals and see if you could plug into it. It would be easier to do that than it would be to get it from the server.
Okay. Well, we could put Asta on that and let her work on it with I don't know. Yeah, we could set a couple of crew working on that to try to get the computers back up and see if they can find anything initially, while the rest of us continue exploring.
Okay. Please. And actually, I said a +1 from Fairbanks earlier, completely forgetting that you have a technician with you. So that +1 was from LeBlanc.
Right.
Yeah. Asta and Fairbanks, while LeBlanc is packaging up the power armor, they'll get a B cell from the Marauder. Just kind of assuming that you brought a few with you.
Yeah.
And they'll come on back here and try and power up the computers. Meanwhile, that leaves Jai and Charlie to explore on their own, unless Charlie is escorting Asta and Fairbanks.
No. Charlie's he's Jai.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Now this is our time to do
Teams
our
of two.
personal heist.
Yeah. No security, no patrols. This is the easiest heist we've ever done.
Yeah.
You were talking about that. All right, so it's LeBlanc is going to be at his task for a while. Natalia is sitting in the Marauder. Fairbanks and Hartman are going to also be a while because they no longer have the benefit of Charlie's flight. So Jai and Charlie, what else are you doing here?
Exploring.
Okay.
Ain't
We're
we?
gonna be spending if we're gonna be spending a bunch of time in here, Charlie's moving the bodies into one place.
Okay. I don't think you're spending a bunch of any significant time here. It sounds like Jai wants to go somewhere else. Explore.
Okay, then we're going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think at this point we're sort of just like getting a survey and seeing if there's any more points of interest in the the station as it is. We do know we need to get to the server room and deal with that. I think we'll probably just end up just stealing a bunch of that equipment in there once we get to it, but for now exploring the rest of it.
Okay. So I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what Charlie and Jai find in basic exploration, and then we'll take our 15-minute break, and then I'll let you ask anything more specific. So, in Jai and Charlie running off or flying off to explore, excuse me, you find more confirming information that this was a research station. It was a populated research station, and you find people that aren't wearing dead people, that aren't wearing scientist or guard uniforms. You find even a couple of children, not too many, but basically you find signs that there was a growing population on this station. Estimating, based on what you've seen, are probably over 3,000 people here. In this, what appears to have been a heavily automated and well done, environmentally sealed research station. You find a couple of park or recreation areas, some basic shopping amenities. That look like they're basically just storefronts with automated or robotic service and delivery from it, because there's no door back to an inventory. The bulk of the station that didn't go towards research was housing people. And with that, let's go ahead and take that 15-minute break. And like I said, when we come back, you can ask anything more specific that I might not have covered about the station. So come on back at 1:20. Alright, I'm taking us back into frame. And did you have any other questions about the station?
Well, let's see. There's a bunch of living quarters and such. About 3,000 people, other than the research labs. So the condensers are all too damaged to be salvageable, right?
They look like they're all too damaged, yeah. Callie did a good job.
Okay. Honestly, it's probably for the best. Well, we never really identified where the server room is, and also, well, we probably wouldn't be able to identify where the station head's quarters were without. Oh, could we identify where the station head's quarters were without access to the network?
You can make some assumptions and probably get yourself around there. You've got a couple of days here.
Yeah. Is there anything anyone else would be interested in with exploring this that Jai can order people to poke around at?
Get up, boot up.
I'm pretty content.
There's nothing in, like, I guess the infra language or anything here.
Nothing that you've seen without computers. Now, if we want to kind of get into those multiple days that you guys are spending out here, then, and let's see, it would have taken the Marauder only a couple of hours to get you here. So you guys could either sleep on the Marauder over the course of the couple days, or you could spend let's call it 3 hours of transit time each day, shuttling back and forth between the Raza and the Marauder. Oh, plus however long it takes you to get out of the station to the Marauder. It's more efficient to live on the Marauder for a few days.
I think that'll be fine. We can deal with it.
Okay, so to go into answering questions that require more access and more computers, go ahead and do that. We'll start off with the that workstation where you found the guns. And Fairbanks and LeBlanc are able to get those powered up. They're glitchy, having sat idle for 1,000 years. But they're also primarily secured by RFID, and you've got badges all around you. So, don't need anybody hacking it. And your assumptions about the power armor there are correct. They were perfectly fine power armor suits, apparently called Artemis suits. The inherently before any modification, they have an integral medium advanced melee weapon, a golden hunting knife for Artemis, and otherwise have stats exactly as assault suits, but they were fitting them with a mod that they designated Infra Shield, which, in looking at the schematics of it, the design, looks very similar to what Zoe had designed for your guys' makeshift riot shield against the spoke entities. Obviously,
Sorry.
I was going to say, obviously, it isn't the same research. Zoe didn't steal their work, and they didn't somehow come back in time and find her work, or with her work, but they were along parallel paths with regard to protecting themselves from entities.
I guess we'll go ahead and forward those blueprints to, or well, that log to Zoe. At the very least, she'll find that interesting reading.
I mean, at least we know now that the what is it, the ghost shield? It works.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to have tested it out.
Yeah, they've got the data to support it from the collaboration that they were doing with various Iden entities, or entities that they identified as Iden. It's also complete enough specs that it's something that you guys could build yourself.
Interesting. Build our own assault suits, you say?
No, I mean the mod.
Oh,
Ah, I
lame.
thought the assault suits too.
We were close. We were this close.
Now,
Lame.
I say
Just
that
about taste it.
I did mean the mods, but if you wanted
I
to
suppose-
pull, like, they've got enough schematics in this system for them to do this mod that you're almost there with a complete assault suit. It would be a project, but you could certainly get yourself to being able to build your own assault suits.
Okay. Yeah, we'll note it down, and then would this qualify as research data?
Yeah, there's enough data here that it's not even. I'm teasing you about the project. It's not even a project. It's just spend some time absorbing it. So technically, it would be a project with 2 points. One being a fixed skill check, and the other being a time point. I won't even put any like relevant scenes in there.
Okay.
But it is going to take a week and a skill check to complete.
What was the name of the mod again?
Infra Shield. I'll type it out for you. As soon as I can find Discord.
I think I can infer how it's spelled.
So that's the power armor. There are also in the same computer system in the same area schematics for a modification to energy weaponry that they've called a differential output overcharge mechanism. Sorry, I was trying to copy paste and talk at the same time.
Oh, it's a Doom weapon.
What? No, it's a differential output overcharge mechanism.
It's a Doom weapon.
Real knockouts with their name scheme.
It also looks strikingly parallel to what Zoe was building way back when she was just fixed 2. And she was designing weapons that would try and punch through and damage those smoke entities. This is a more complete design than her fixed 2 1 week, not even a week, I think he did this in a day. Fixed 2 1 day build. And so it comes with more complete benefits.
We've got basically an improved version of Zoe's old research here.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And because of the work that Zoe did, and using a pre-tech component way back then, Zoe can build it for only 1 amp component instead of 2.
Woohoo!
Hashtag profit.
Were there any amp components on hand that we saw in the in that area?
You search all those little white container drawer things. What the heck are those even called? Dang it.
Fuck. I know what you're talking about.
Cupboards?
What was that, Xander?
Cupboards?
No, I don't think that's it, because it's all open faced. And usually secured by like a bungee cord.
Yeah, I know what
Anyways.
you're talking about.
Yeah. You do find in a more secured location than those just little white bins, 2 amp mods. There are 2 mods that are earmarked for this project, giving you the indication that those are probably amp components.
Right, energy amp mods, yay. I'll add those to pre-tech components for later usage. All right. I wrote down the research data in the ship inventory.
And to be clear, that adds +1 to damage is against entities and non-entities.
Yeah. So it is flat out better than Zoe's stuff.
Yeah. They had spent months working on this.
But I did it in a cave with scraps.
To clarify, each energy weapon requires 2 amp components.
Unless built by Zoe, yes.
Right. Who reduces it to 1. Okay, that's good to know.
Basically giving you the benefit of Tinker 2 because of the work that Zoe already did.
That makes sense. Let's see. Well, that's very interesting. Let's see what else they were doing. Can we get power restored to the computers in the near one of the condensers so we can look into that?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to Well, they're all linked, so I'm not gonna worry about which one you go to. You'll be able to get the data from any of the condensers through the computer that you power up. And it's again a simple enough process for LeBlanc and Fairbanks to rig up a B cell and drive power to the computer, and then find a floating body nearby, unless Charlie has moved them all by this point, and snag up a badge from them that grants clearance. It's a different clearance required than was needed for the weapons and armor station.
Right.
And you get a call from LeBlanc. Computer is up and running, Captain.
Do your best there, Dax.
I will.
Great.
It's gonna be difficult for me, but I'm gonna try it.
What's important is you try.
Great job, LeBlanc. We'll be right over there.
Thank Fairbanks, she found the ID card.
Will do. Alright, let's go ahead and check that then.
Despite what you may believe after hearing that, I have not taken any professional voice acting classes.
Wow.
Well, you could have fooled me.
I know. Alright. You head on over there, you find Fairbanks and LeBlanc in a lively discussion about what they've found, and neither of them, they're clearly making some pretty heady guesses here. They've agreed that it's a portal to another world, but LeBlanc is stuck on the impossibility of absolute zero, and Fairbanks has taken a more romantic approach of basically, how do we know what the physics are like in another world and how that will interact with our world? And he's just like, physics is physics. Sorry, I realized midway through this that I was kind of unintentionally calling out someone, and I did not mean to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
that was not intentional. But it's definitely a reasonable discussion that they're having.
Well, whether or not it's possible, the fact remains that it happened. So we'll just have to deal with it.
Aye, Captain. So what you doing with all this information?
Oh, just trying to make sure that reality isn't going to collapse into a hell from which none of us will ever escape.
And from Fairbanks, I told you.
You told them we were trying to prevent the collapse, or we were trying to make sure that reality wasn't going to collapsing.
No,
be collapsing.
No, I knew this was dangerous, and I mean it's another world, right?
Yes, the intraverse. Think of it as a reality beyond even metaspace. Parallel to, but significantly different from our own. With very different rules, and inhabited by entities that would rather like to visit
What
and
for?
rewrite a couple things.
What's of such interest over here? I have no idea what his accent is anymore.
It's like Jamaican or something.
Well,
Come
if
on.
you want to be romantic about it, think of it as think of our world as perhaps, what was it? They wanted to reset aspects of the universe, correct?
Yeah, there's the whole like Big Bang, Big Crunch cycle thing, right?
Yeah.
But they're being unexpectedly or accelerated or whatever.
Yeah, that's basically what you've gotten. Is that from their perspective, they are acting out a natural part of the Big Bang Big Crunch cycle. It just happens to involve flooding real space with the infraworld, um, which somehow makes real space sink into the infraworld, which is this place of infinite density in an infinitely small point, or in a 0 point. So, you know.
We'll just say hastening the birth of a new universe from the old.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
We'll all die if they do that.
We're pretty reliant on this universe.
Oh, it's gonna happen that fast, can it?
That's like Scottish?
That's what I'm going for, okay?
Okay, good. All right. As long as that's what you're
Thank
going
you.
for.
I'm sorry, what was his surname again?
Don't worry about it.
Every time he opens his mouth, he'll have a different accent.
No, that's his character trait. He's trying to become a voice actor.
What are we talking about? Millions of years? Thousands of years?
Months.
Months? And you
Oh,
get to say and repeat it from Fairbanks. Months?
Oh, you know, if they actually get over here. Now, the process of them getting over here is obviously a bit longer than the actual crunch itself. But once they get started, I expect it would proceed rapidly.
I have to see my daughters.
Well, obviously, it hasn't started yet. I think worrying about it now would be a bit. Well, worrying about it as an imminent thing might be a bit premature.
We on this little ship. No offense,
There's a little
Captain.
Australian in there.
Shut up.
Look, I can't do any better.
This station has been for 1,000 years, and obviously the condensers aren't active. It's not an immediate concern here.
Then what do you mean by months then? What's that scenario look like, Captain?
Oh, I meant more if this actually was activated.
Okay. So then is that what the Raza is scouring the sector looking for these things and shutting them down?
I'm not actually
Yeah,
sure what
like
we
a
are at
pirate
this
way.
point.
Well, why not? Fairbanks is looking attentively at Jai also. This seems pretty big, sir.
One step at a time, Fairbanks. There are other questions we need answered first.
My captain. And she steps away from the computer, kind of making way for Jai, and taking her cue, LeBlanc does as well. They both kind of move off to a corner and think quietly to themselves.
Let's look into this.
Okay. So, what you have available to you is data from all the condensers. They networked it and cloned it onto all the machines so that it could be, for, simplicity and redundancy, all that. Mostly simplicity for the GM. And the most immediate thing that jumps out to Jai are the most recent activities of 1,000 years ago, or almost 1,000. I keep saying 1,000, but it was more like 900, I think. But the events of 1,000 years ago basically show that yes, one of those condensers did come into a self-sustaining runaway reaction, where after they powered it up and performed the experiments that they were running, or the explorations that they were doing at that time, and they sent the shutdown commands, it kept feeding itself from the infraworld, as you guys have discovered that they do. They sent an alert to Chang'e requesting security backup for a potential breach event, and then lost communications. There's no explanation for this loss of communications, but shortly after that is when the carnage began.
Wait, by carnage, do you mean Kali firing on them or something else?
Nope, I mean Kali firing on them. And I'm skipping a couple things. Hang on. I should keep,
I mean, presumably there was an event that triggered Kali firing on them.
Yes, there was.
Oh, I guess you mentioned the runaway reaction thing, though, didn't you?
Yeah, they reported the situation to Chang'e 7 and requested security backup against the threat of entities crossing over. There were no reports of entities crossing over at that time, but they knew that that was a possibility, and so were trying to deactivate it and basically requesting security as backup. Their communications, I think I got myself mixed up because I don't. My actual notes don't say anything about communications being shut down. So my actual notes.
Yeah, I thought it was the communications from Chang'e that were shut down. Because you did mention that before with Kali, saying she could not get into.
From Black, yes, yeah.
Right, so
you're at Mojave. It's communications. She hasn't received communications from Black, the ship.
right,
Yes.
yeah, that's
okay. That's what I confused myself. So, what transpired is Artemis Group began suiting up and preparing to go out. You see the request, the acknowledgement of of security coming over, along with warning that the power suits haven't been fully upgraded yet. So it will be just normal suited guard. Excuse me. And within seconds of that, there's a report of Pally protocol activating. And then shuttle bays on Chang'e 7 being locked down. And then a communication from Kali that they must report condenser status offline or extreme preventative measures will be authorized and taken.
With extreme prejudice.
So what the hell exactly? So, all right, Callie's response is obviously extreme, but I'm pretty sure she was designed to do that. On the other hand, what exactly happened on Chinese 7 then? Or not Chinese 7, Black.
Chang'e.
Chang'e is the station with Callie, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Black is the one that lost communications.
Yes, but Black is also the one that the other station-like solar object in the system that you were able to detect immediately upon arrival. So it's still a energy-powered location.
Right. So from this, it seems to me that Callie would be acting within the probably reasonable security protocols if they assumed this was as dangerous as it could be. Is that about correct?
Yes.
Maybe a little extreme.
Yes and no. It go ahead and give me a program check. In program.
Okay. Int program. Ugh.
You want to bounce anything off on Nemesis? You still got communications.
Yeah.
Real-time communications.
I'm gonna be like reporting this to asking Nemesis like, is this something that would probably reasonably happen that they would implement?
I mean, the whole murder entire station thing of people.
For protocols, would they rapidly escalate in that manner? Would that and they
I guess.
in response to these situations? Is that?
I mean, I'm no cultural expert, which I feel like that's really more of a question about. But I guess I can ask. Dexter,
I'm actually a little. I'm a little confused.
Does the escalation seem in line with what I've seen? Because I don't know really if I could really parse like Kali's code or even have access to it at this point.
Right.
But
I
basically,
assume
this
that's
operate
what
as this happened as designed, right?
Let me get you one at a time. Meow can go ahead and roll int program. And Lulu, what were you trying to ask?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think we were kind of talking about the same thing, but anyways, int program. Not hacking, right?
Not hacking. Okay. Based on what you're seeing over here now, it does seem a little bit extreme. I mean, it seems very extreme to have one malfunction and a security request. Everything seems to be within a reasonable level of threat assessment and protocol right up until Callie shuts things down. Like they were following a procedure, and then somebody just slammed the gate shut.
Slammed the gate shut, or just kicked on the gas?
Well, I mean, slammed the gate shut and locked everybody else inside, and then took over.
Oh, okay. Someone that is
you
not.
You mean it like Kali did?
Yes.
Or yeah.
Kali's response seems like an extreme response, given the flow of their security protocol. They were incrementally increasing the cautionary steps, and then Kali jumped from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 237.
Now, is that something that could be explained? Is that possibly explainable by some did something go wrong on Kali's end, or was that just an intended response that was kept private from other human members of the
Oh
coalition
yeah.
here?
Can we determine if this is something that Kali's own prerogative, or whether this was actually Kali acting as intended?
I think we'd only be able to find that out if we had access to our programming. That's an opinion, not a fact.
Was there a question for the GM in there, or was that more in
Yeah.
character? Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question for the GM?
Whether this was something. I mean, what basically can we determine whether this was Kali going off script, or was Kali just following a script that the people probably didn't know about?
Gotcha. That's why I thought it was an in-character question, because that's not one that you have enough information for me to answer.
Okay. That's kind of what I expect.
I mean, we could ask Kali and hope she doesn't freak out about it.
I mean, what's she gonna do? Blow up the station? Well, actually, I guess she can't blow up this station anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, I've already made the argument that she was never going to do that, and she was bluffing, which she never confirmed if she was or not, but she did curse me out a lot, so I think I might have been right.
She got very mad at it.
Yeah, I don't. Not only that's gonna hold up in a court of law. We did not call the bluff, so we may never know. Like, you called it out as possibly being a bluff, but we still stopped it. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
And
Why
now
don't we ask her?
Why don't we just give her control of the station again and see what happens?
Yeah, we could do that. But no. I guess the last thing I can think to do is go down to the communications deck, which Dex, were you including that in our explorations?
No, because I think I was just trying to create a visual flavor of what the station looked like when I said that below you was the satellites and stuff. There's not really anything down there except salvageable material. The communications are all going to be on these semi-exploded decks here and are accessible to you. So if you want to try and bring up more I guess, broad communications instead of just what's reported through the condenser stuff, or included in the condenser reports, then you could do that.
Yeah, we'll bring up the last few sets of transmissions.
Okay. Yeah, you have to go to a different little section of the station. For flavor, we'll say it's at a higher point than the research labs, but it's not difficult to access. It's just going to take you some time to get there. And similar to before, Fairbanks will go with you this time. She's gotten skilled enough under LeBlanc's assistance education that she can set up the B cell pretty quickly and get power to these computers, and then she goes around looking for a dead person who looks like they had the authority to access this, swipes their badge, and brings up communications. What Jai sees are lots of communications coming from Chang'e security contacting individual people on the station. This is all through text and email here. And the gist of it is that Hallie has taken control and is denying authorization to mount a rescue operation, or a not rescue operation, to mount a security force operation. There's a lot of back and forth of what's going on, and oh god, I'm dying. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of explanation. There's certainly a lot of cursing. Cursing Callie, cursing the programmer who programmed her, and cursing Terran Mandate for this doomed operation.
That seemed really weird. Okay. All right. All right. In that case, the last thing I'm going to do here is just order the others to, I guess, identify areas of salvage, collect the, and then just collect what we can from the server room to take back.
Okay.
And by areas for salvage, just identify possible pre-tech we can extract. I don't think more than that is terribly important right now, unless for some reason they have way more valuable salvage than the previous ship.
No, it'll be the base the same two: salvage starship and salvage basic.
Right. In that case, yeah. Anything pre-tech worth noting that might have survived?
Yeah, they will get to work on identifying that. LeBlanc takes Fairbanks to inspect through the station. They'll be at it for several hours. What are Giant Charlie doing in the meantime?
We're prepping to head back.
I'm actually going to see if there's a captain's quarters.
Oh, yeah, that's
I-
actually a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, commanding officer's quarters with the with assistance of maps and stuff. Now it's even easier to find.
Yeah. Just waiting on the maps before we went there.
The commanding officer of the station appears to be basically the head Black Sun researcher.
Okay. So, if they had anything locked away, this is where it would be.
Find their quarters, and it is filled with memorabilia from old Earth, family photos, the whole master's degree or aptitude score, and a lone figure in a vac suit just kind of floating around.
As one does.
As one
Is it
does.
the captain guy?
Yeah, could always take their credentials.
Yeah, that'll be useful at least. In the meantime, Charlie's gonna quickly search the body, grab the credentials, and see if they had any safes, lockers, if they had their own personal computer anywhere.
Go ahead and roll me a wisdom sneak.
Will do.
Oh, I should ask, is rolling still impossible for you?
It's difficult, but not impossible.
Okay. I'll let you roll then. There's something satisfying to just pressing a button. The
Yep,
numbers
just
pop
need
up.
to find sneak. Turn off the modify. Click on it. And those are the smallest dice that I've ever conjured.
As in, they're tiny on your screen.
Oh yeah, no. They're smaller than the lettering on anything. They're smaller than anything on the map.
Oh man.
Weird.
Fortunately, the numbers on the dice aren't representative of the size on your screen.
Yeah.
That is a result that I can't ignore, despite being unprepared for it.
No, you can. You can totally ignore it.
You gotta improv, Dex.
I gotta improv.
A nat 20 can still fail.
Well, arguably you shouldn't roll for it if you can't succeed.
It,
I-
it could be like a degrees of failure sort of deal.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
also,
if
I
you're
don't
guaranteed to
entirely
fail.
agree with that. I have frequently let you guys roll things when there's nothing to roll for.
The universe
'Cause
whispers to me, Dex.
The well, that's the illusion of
Rolling feels
choice.
good.
Yes.
Which that's why I say arguably, because I could see scenario. There are scenarios where
Yeah. Sometimes if the
I don't
if the
feel too
GM
strongly
says
about it.
no, you don't need to roll, then that's kind of the GM saying you succeeded on your roll and you know that there's nothing to find.
Yes.
And that's the opposite of the age-old GM trick of rolling dice behind a screen, randomly and intermittently.
That's one thing I like. My other D&D group started using Foundry, and it whenever the GM rolls to himself, you can hear that it plays the dice sound,
Yeah.
which is great.
Triggers fear.
I
Yeah,
wish
exactly.
I wish it was. I don't think Roll20 does that. I don't think there's a setting for that.
I mainly used to do it when there was a reason for the characters to be more tense than the players seem to be giving them. And so just the sound of those dice, the players perk up and like, oh, should I be looking around more? Anyways.
Are those stealth checks?
So, with that check, yeah, there is a data slab, personal data slab, that's clearly evident. The check didn't need to find that. There's also a hidden safe, that's hidden as well as it can be, given that he probably was not allowed to literally drill holes in the structure of the station to hide it better. It's locked, of course, but that's not too terribly difficult for Charlie to have opened within this roll if you want him to.
Sure.
Okay. Inside you find a handwritten personal diary, along with some certificates of ownership and sale, and the kind of things that would have been valuable 1,000 years ago in the right location, but stocks to MySpace. Oh, MySpace is still active, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow, stocks to AOL.com. Oh, is that still active
Also
too?
still active.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is also still active. Stocks to Blockbuster.
Yes, thank you. Stocks to Blockbuster.
There's still one of those.
Yeah. There's
It's not,
one.
I think there's still a yeah. I don't think they're
it's not
completely
covered by
dead.
the company. It's
Oh.
not covered by
And-
the company. The company Blockbuster went down. They just kept the infrastructure.
But that kind of thing. They are valuable to a collector, who would a historian collector who would find those things fascinating, but have no actual credit value themselves aside from that.
Not in this sector, anyway.
The journal is written in a 1,000-year-old dialect of Spacer, then called Mandate, which will take some time to interpret. Haha, got myself out of it.
We need a languages person.
You had him, but he got bored of the game and left.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't actually know if that's why. He said there were other reasons. And I
We
shouldn't.
never know.
Yeah, I shouldn't call him a liar. Okay. More valuable than all that, you have the ID card, the ID badge of the head honcho.
Awesome.
Concrete.
Now we just need to
tangible
figure
value.
out what this will get us into.
Everything you've already gotten into.
Perfect.
It's
Still,
all over
the
again.
journal and the journal and the old stocks are an archaeological dig of their own.
Yes, they are.
We also got their data pad, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
A 1,000-year-old data pad.
Anything else that you want to do over here?
I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah, I think we've got it. Once they've identified possible areas for once they've identified pre-tech we can take, if any. I think we're done here.
They're going to be doing that for a while, so let's move back over to the salvage teams. And a message from Grieg over to Zoe asking, hey, are we just leaving all these robots with their guns lying around?
I thought about those.
Robots with guns, you say?
I think it's just the peacekeeper drones or whatever. Or the peacekeepers.
Dex said they were basically all unsalvageable, I believe.
Oh.
Well, I mean, for salvage, but you could probably still take them for robots, right?
No, that's the part. That's the part. He said they were only good for spare parts, not for.
Is that the same? Are we talking about the same things? Or is this something new that you're springing on us?
We're not. This is something new. What Lulu's referencing, I did say, is that the peacekeepers and the fleet drones that were squirreled away in a different room have become unsalvageable as far as repairing them. They've become unrepairable. They can be salvaged for spare parts, and that's part of, well, that can contribute to the parts budget, but you guys aren't going to be here long enough for that to make a difference. Like, if you stayed for the full 5 weeks it would take to get the 5,600 spare parts, you could also add to that with some bits and pieces here and there from the peacekeepers. What Grieg is specifically sighting in on are the guns that the peacekeepers are carrying.
Did they have
They
special
carry
guns?
Special guns.
Or even not special guns?
She says that they look like the same. They look similar to the guns that we found in the armory, just that they've been modified slightly for the peacekeeper, robotic usage.
Hmm.
If they've got the same chassis underneath, these could be the same kind of artifact weaponry.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll go take a look at them.
Okay. Zoe, what, off shift from the shift repairs that she's doing, goes and does more work?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Look, you gotta work hard to play hard, and other fucking financial bro bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Yeah, Zoe takes a look at the weapons that were fired at you by the peacekeepers, and they do look like you can't use them as they are. They've been modified for excuse me. They've been modified for use by the robots, right? You know, they don't have the stock and the other parts that humans need to fire them. But with a few spare parts, you could probably get those back in human working order, and then they are the same as the other void carbines that you've collected from the armory.
I think at the point where we get all these back in working, we basically we can I think just asking Dex this, but at the point where we get all those back in working order, could we just like add the special void carbines to the to our armory and just say their general use? Because at that point we'd have a lot of them.
It's funny you should ask that, because if you can get your Valiance Arms Void Carbine inventory up to 20, then yes, I will allow them to be added to the armory as just general armory weapons.
Cool.
And if you prioritize an extra day to basically dismantling these from the robots with as little damage as possible, and then spending some spare parts to fix them up, then you'll be able to salvage several of them.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Does Zoe take a day off from working on the armor repair?
No, I got spare time.
All right.
I've all of my extra projects are in the wait for something else to happen phase. Nobody's brought me IKEA assault armor yet, so.
For what it's worth, Elena could probably take over the last day of repairs anyway, because
Yeah, I feel like at this point I've told everybody what they need to do. Now they just need to go fucking do it.
Yeah, because we were down 26 points, so that'd be 6 days of skill 4 and 1 day of skill 2, which Elena has. So, yeah.
Okay, that works also. Well then, why don't you go ahead and roll me 2d12 plus your fix score.
2d12?
2d12.
Wow.
Well.
2d12. 2d12.
You add 12 void carbines, Valiance Arms void carbines.
That's not plus my fix. My
Okay,
fix
you
is
add
4.
16.
There we go.
That'll actually get us over. That'll
Yep.
get us to 26 void carbines, which means they're now just armory.
Which makes that choice you made early on to make the void carbines to 10 instead of one of the 3s, like,
A good decision.
a good decision. Yeah.
Should've lost a gun in battle, anyways.
So we're not allowed to take a bunch of these infinite void carbines and put them on a pallet
No, you're
and
not.
sell them, are we? Damn it.
Pretty sure the armory specifically mentioned stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, yeah, for all intensive purposes,
Porpoises, yeah.
it's unlimited. But as soon as you try to cheese it ceases being unlimited.
As soon as you try and cheese it, the fucking GM will slap your hands.
Now, can we keep the extra 6 that are beyond 20 and sell those? Because they are 65,000 credits each.
Jesus. Can I trade them for some fucking power armor?
No, that just kind of absorbs into your armory.
Oh,
Oh.
well. Well,
Amazing. All right.
at least
Well, that
the
was
upgraded ones are pretty decent weapons. So
yeah. It's a good use of time.
All right, let's do a couple of quick things with the components that you're scrapping from Chang'e 7 as well. So, what do you want to do with the
Wait.
hydroponics? Oh, sorry, Xander, do you
Uh,
want to say something
we
first?
want to keep
I
that
want-
intact.
I want it for the Raza.
Well, I think we want it for
But-
Kamiego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
it goes into
Just
a box.
But just
Okay.
think, true fresh water.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
about
you don't know how fresh it is.
I
It could
mean,
be, metaverse tainted or some bullshit.
this is a question that I have about that. Could we, I guess, disassemble the hydroponic system, figure out how to recreate it, and then just make two?
No,
I think the
it's-
whole point's no. Any
Yeah,
pre-tech stuff we can't.
yeah.
Not even with the
it
not even with
requires-
other pre-tech components.
No, it requires other things that you don't have, workshop, factory, tools
It
to
requires
make
a very
protect-
specific sort of technical expertise that is kind of lost,
And
probably.
equipment. Yeah.
That is always somehow just out of reach.
Look, I could probably figure it out if I really put my mind to it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm already bored with
Can we
hydroponics.
MacGyver it?
Part of the focus is completely understanding pre-tech that I have, but
And to give you a
Yeah.
broader answer, the actual answer is yes, after months of study and work.
Okay.
Like
think
if
it's
we
probably
want
better
to
to
make if we want to make that our campaign, you could recreate one piece of like seriously cool pre-tech.
which
Yeah, the
I mean,
hydroponics campaign. I'm down with it.
I mean, honestly, if you were in like a more conventional game where you're basically just out to make money or something, it might be a good idea. But our situation's a little weird, so
What?
And we're out
How
here
is the
trying to
situation
reluctantly
weird?
make money.
what's that?
Is it
Or
how?
you're trying to reluctantly save the universe. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
People keep trying to tell us to do that. I'm not sure I'm down with it.
Well, I will say Charlie is on board with the whole universe saving thing.
I'd rather it not be destroyed, but I'm not sure that I have to be the one that saves it.
Who else are you going to send to save it?
Who do-
I guess
who do you tr-
Charlie, since he's down to save it.
Who do you
All right.
trust? Who do you trust enough to make sure they do a good job?
Alright, you're right there.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, we still need to go to Audrima. That's what I've been wanting to do. Anyway.
Is that where our engines are? I'm confused as hell.
We can take a quick vacation to Aldrima and then we can save the universe. A deal?
Fine.
Look, we've been trying to save the universe for 2.5 years now. Oof.
Have we been though?
Well, no,
I mean,
guess
I
not.
argue we still haven't really been making a major concerted effort to save the universe. We've been touching on it, but
Look, we've been gathering allies. That's all this is.
Alright. What else do you have for
Sure.
us, Dex?
Alright, so it's gonna take a day of work with skilled help to extract the hydroponics equipment as it is, without dismantling it.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some dismantling, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean without
Stuff around
dismantling
it.
the actual core of the equipment.
Ah, okay.
You're separating it from the equipment it's attached to. It's like taking an engine out of a car. The engine is still in one piece, ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, well, timing. Rig should be back on the Raza by that point. Unless you guys go back out to Mojave for some reason. And so we'll say that Grieg can do that. You're still here only 7 days. Metaspatial hypercharge cannons. They are going to take a day of week, a day, a day
A
of
day of
work
weeks.
by a team.
Mhm.
Um, just because it's not like a small little machine that has all of its it's a huge cannon along this arm. There's some EVA involved. There's some climbing through the internals of the arm involved. You can get all four in one day, but I believe you're pretty much out of technicians at this point, um, unless you want to use somebody who has a lesser skill bonus.
No,
And
I don't want to. I don't want to take the guns apart yet.
oh,
Why
you don't?
not?
Yeah, because we're saving them just in case somebody actually makes it through the thing, so we can shoot at them.
Okay.
Right? Wasn't that the plan?
No,
Oh, I thought that was the plan.
It was
nah.
brought up.
That's what Kali suggested.
Well, I mean, I'm cool with that.
But the plan was just to activate the thing, and then if people are if like a significant force comes through that we can't deal with the Raza, then we just leave, run away.
Sure.
Brave Sir Jai ran away.
Yeah.
keep in mind
And
that
also with Kali offline, there's no one here to use it unless we leave people behind.
Yeah, no, that's like so he said it's going to take a day to get rid of stuff. It takes a day to get here from the whatchamacallit,
Horizon.
the
Whatever you want to
zoning.
call it.
Yeah. So
I like Horizon.
So what?
so we could take the guns apart and then leave. If that's like since it only takes a day. We could probably even set it up beforehand so it's easier. And that way we have the guns if we need them, and if we don't need them or we're just gonna run away, we still take them with us. Right?
Yes. Well, no, because then they'd be right on top of us when we tried leaving.
I thought we knew when people came into the area.
We do, but if we don't if we have to take an entire day to take them down, and it takes a day to get here, then they'd be on top of us by the time we took them down anyway.
Yeah, so then we leave. I don't see the problem here.
We'd be getting shot at by the time we're able to leave.
As we're leaving.
Yeah, by an entire fleet. If we're in a position where the guns are relevant, then we are going to die if we don't get away quickly. But if we want to,
you realize if we see them coming, we can leave at any fucking time, right?
right? But if that's like I'm saying that if there's a situation in which the guns would be useful, it'd be more useful to have to take the guns apart.
If there's a situation where the guns are useful, it's more useful to have them taken apart?
Yeah, because there's not a situation in which we'd actually want to use the guns.
Yes,
where...
there is. There's a middle ground between every fucking Union thing makes it through and no Union things make it through. There's a large middle ground in there where having 4 Raza-sized fuck you cannons could be helpful.
Oh, it is a fleet, right?
Yeah, so it's like...
I mean, not a military. It's not a military fleet, right? But
say it's like 20 ships total in the fleet. Say 5 of them makes it through. It'd be pretty good to have 4 fuck you cannons. While still having the option to fuck off if all 20 show up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of with Xander on this one.
All right.
Assuming we have control of the cannons and Kali does not have any control over the cannons.
Well,
I guess that's the problem.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to give Callie, because I don't think any of us can fucking fire them, right?
Are we able to hook into the station and take control of the guns?
Yeah, you would be able to basically treat it as a ship at that point, and have somebody there that is using it. The station is still only going to get 3 command points, but you could have your own gunner on each of those guns. You just
Right.
have to decide if your gunners would be have a better attack bonus than Kali.
They won't.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. We haven't interviewed Kali to find out what her weapon score is.
Well, I'm pretty
We
sure
got
we
shot
saw it.
at.
Yeah, we did get shot at though, so I guess that counts.
Consider that her application.
Yeah, she turned in her CV via laser
Or,
light.
yeah, I'm sorry, that'll be her resume.
Yeah. Dumb. Um,
So yeah, her attack bonus on those cannons is +6. Your NPCs can't match that. You as PCs, I believe, can all come close to it, even Zoe. Because you're all of your not all of you are level 10. All of you are level 9 or 10. Which gives you either a
So,
+4 or +5 base attack bonus, plus your dex,
shoot skill.
plus your shoot skill.
Yeah. Okay.
So all of you, I
And our
think,
shoot
are
skill.
either equal or better than Kali at firing the guns yourselves, but that would mean you're not on the Raza.
Right. And we don't really like. I'm not 100% cool with just leaving people behind to shoot the guns for Kali. I'm perfectly okay with leaving Kali behind.
There's always the possibility that they actually have the credentials, though.
Yeah.
In which case, they can immediately shut Kali down and have her shoot at us.
Oh, you talking about Union has the credentials?
Yeah. I think that's a plausible concern
And
under the circumstances.
We could
There's
leave
also the
our own android
possibility-
here.
there's also the possibility that Kali on her own decides to shoot us.
I find that one to be much more plausible than Union having credentials for some reason.
Let me get in real quick. Nox, what were you saying?
We could leave our androids here. Or,
Yeah.
a couple of our androids.
Yeah, I mean,
One-
I don't know.
The ones with no attack bonus to speak of whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. It's an option.
Really, what we need to do is we need to leave Android, the player character here.
who's gonna interlink with the station with the big
Yeah.
guns?
Yeah, exactly. No, what we
Okay,
need is we need Switch with a flamethrower in the server room, and we just tell him to do what we say, or we'll burn this motherfucker down.
Well, whatever.
Jesus.
Is there anything other than the guns, Dex?
Nope, that was my last thing for salvage.
I would actually be really surprised if Callie let us take her guns apart before we'd gone and done what we said we were gonna.
Yeah, we still haven't really addressed that, have we? The whole Black Ship Titan.
You have not.
Then let's get
It's just
to
kind
it.
of floating out there menacingly.
I assume Dex has some kind of one-line zinger right before he plays us out, so we're probably going to need to fill for another 20 minutes before we get to that.
I've become so transparent.
And as you see the husk of the dead Union ships coming in.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
How long is it before the Union shows up?
I was just gonna bring your attention to that. So I've cleared up the pinned messages a little bit. So you should be able to, in discussion, just pull up the pins and see the timing options with the dates. At the end of your salvaging, it is the 2nd of July. And it will take 16 hours for the Raza to get into position. So basically one day.
We wanted to wait until the 7th, though. So,
Okay.
another part of a week.
So you have...
We don't want to destroy all ships. We want somebody to live to tell the tale of how fucking awful it is trying to get here. So that nobody else comes.
And I also did want to draw your attention to the delay. So when you get out there and you disrupt them, that gives you another 6 days before they will even be able to arrive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so the delay is for all of Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're all gonna arrive at the same time, or all those that make it will arrive at the same time.
Okay.
What's stopping us from activating it again in that 6-day span that we were given?
Just really rock them.
Doesn't
That
it
would
have like a really long refractory period?
no, it
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, it's
Not adjusting that.
it's the right. It's still the right. Maybe.
It,
I realize.
it works, but it's still funny.
Look, they're not. They're arriving. They're not coming.
Okay, well now you had to.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Oh wait.
Those,
Okay.
yep.
No. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, it's a more specific term than I thought it was. Okay.
Dex, please give me the answer so I can ignore the rest of this.
So, if you you can reactivate it before those 6 days pass. That will end up being a destroy all ships option.
Okay.
Amazing.
I mean, you know,
Well,
it is
all right.
a white hole bomb.
Oh God. Oh my God. It's not a brown hole, Bob. Hmm.
For now, I think what we'll want to do is go investigate the black ship.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's where we're at. So, are we cool with leaving the guns mostly attack? Like, can I go through and mark and chalk all the things we need to take out real quick to speed up the removal? We need to hightail it. Am I muted? No, I'm not.
Nope,
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
Dex?
Oh, I think that was a question to the players.
No, that was
to
the question.
you.
Oh, was it? Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Zoe can go through and mark. I thought you were asking the other players if they
No.
were cool with that plan.
I don't want to start that conversation again. We finished that conversation.
Okay, yes. Zoe can go through and mark things just to expedite it when you guys do decide to change.
Okay.
Mechanically, it'll still be a day, but fictionally, yes, it'll be faster.
Oh, well, that's not actually helpful then.
Sorry.
All right, fine.
Fine, it'll be 18 hours instead of a day. How's that?
Woohoo! Much better. Now I feel like I've done something.
That actually is consequential, to be honest, because it takes your ship 16 hours to get from the horizon to the station. If the Union ships have,
Oh yeah, they'll be slower, won't they?
yeah, it'll take them 24 hours. So I guess it's not. It gives you an 8-hour window, which isn't enough,
6
but
hour.
I could probably let you guys like super strain yourself to try and cut that time down some more. So yeah,
Exert checks.
we'll go ahead and mark down that Zoe's preparations, and why don't we go ahead and attach some skill checks to this. Zoe, make me an int fix, and I'm gonna call on that admin also for some logistics. From
Nemesis.
yeah.
Well, someone else wants to do it.
Okay, both successes.
Wow.
I hope so.
Wow. We know exactly how to take these guns apart. Like,
Yep.
damn.
You've marked the
Looks like
relevant
I've seen one
parts.
before.
You've marked paths and basically created a little diagram of this person goes here, this person goes there. You will be able to pull this off in 8 hours.
Cool.
Let me make a note here real quick.
Sorry, I just saw the IKEA names for the power armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And
I guess the one question is, how long would it take Zoe to put together the power armor for what is currently there?
That's gonna take a week, basically starting from where you're at right now.
Yeah, forget it then.
Yeah, that won't be available for your immediate use.
Okay.
So
Gonna be working on it. Sorry, all other projects, you go in the trash.
well, let's start that project then. Um,
You couldn't bring me one whole? Oh my god.
They took all of them apart at once for
Why
some
are there
reason.
no Allen wrenches?
So
Uh,
the parts are delivered to Zoe by LeBlanc and Fairfield, who both look like they've seen ghosts.
Suck it up.
you look like you've seen ghosts.
You can't just state it like that.
I mean, I feel like I can.
Suck it up. We all have to deal with the inevitability of the universe's demise at some point. Don't be such babies.
Fairfield looks over at Jai. Thank you, sir. That helps.
that was out of character.
Oh, okay.
Helps.
All right. Well then,
Was it then?
in response to Zoe saying they look like they've seen ghosts, LeBlanc, ghosts of the universe.
Ghosts
That
of
doesn't-
the universe?
That didn't sound right. And Fairbanks
important,
chimes in. We just found out that the universe may be collapsing in a few months. No big deal. NBD.
God, you keep misunderstanding me.
I mean,
What?
yeah, I mean that. Am I Zoe pretends to be surprised, but it's real obvious that she knew about this.
Okay.
Oh, really? Wow. You don't say.
You too, sir?
All right, well,
I
let's
feel
get
like
this
we
over
should have
together.
a crew meeting at some point soon, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like something the captain should really get behind.
I have your endorsement, sir?
Endorsement.
Yeah, I'll take it to the captain right now and say, hey, Zoe, says we should all have a talk about this.
The fuck do I listen to Zoe?
I mean, you're welcome to try.
Fair cry better finding out from, one of you than just stumbling upon relics of 1,000 years past that say, hey, the universe might, I don't even know what we saw.
Now hold on again. That isn't. Those artifacts didn't tell you anything. I'm the one who told you it could collapse the universe.
Jai's not there.
Stop misrepresenting my words, then.
What you doing it?
From Fairbanks, it's nothing to. We're just worried, sir.
Yeah, no, I understand. I thought that we had already. Oh god, there's so many things that I thought we had already talked to the crew about that I'm just like, wait, what?
It's not a matter of keeping straight the lies. It's just
like what
more,
else?
you know.
What else should we know?
Oh my god, that was out of character, you
Oh.
fuck!
See, I've gone the wrong way. See, I noticed that in recapping the streams, I've noticed that a lot of the times I'll be like, was that in character? And you're all like, well, yeah, stop asking me.
We need,
so
we need,
now I've gone the other
stronger
way.
character voices.
Yeah. This is my voice that I'm going to use from here on out.
But you
No,
know
no,
what?
no,
We don't need character voices at all.
I'm
think I
fine
tried
with
to do
being
a
yelled at,
character voice
Xander. It's
for a
okay.
bit, but I kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Character voice work is hard.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I swear we told them about the black ships and all that already.
I don't think so. I'm really.
Time for a group meeting.
Oh, that's
How
what
can we- how
LeBlanc
much-
and Fairfield are suggesting. Yeah.
No, I mean command crew group meeting.
Oh.
Get these fucks out of here.
They leave.
No, Scotty, escort them to the break.
Was that in character?
No, of course not.
They know too much. We need.
They have to be
silence them.
silenced. Take them directly to the airlock.
Do not
Alright.
pass go. Do not collect 200 credits.
No death benefits for you.
Go ahead and roll me infix for
shit.
Zoe.
Oh, am I patching up the relationship that we have with the crew?
No. This is just for the next week of intermittent work that she does on these suits. Okay.
Yeah.
So
works.
this is the work that this is projecting the work that she does in studying the design schematics that you got back, studying the suits, and trying to get yourself to a point where you could build your own Artemis suit.
Oh, these are not power armor?
They are. They're power
better
armor,
armor. Just-
specifically Artemis suits. The only difference between this and an assault suit is that it has an integral arm blade.
Ah, can I cut that out? I don't need that. Can I put a wrench in there instead?
It's pretty integral.
Oh, okay.
Integral arm wrench.
For some reason, all of the wiring in the suit connects to this knife. And if you remove the knife, the entire thing short circuits. It's kind of
Yeah,
Kinda
it's
weird, but
it's
you
kind,
know.
of, it's kind of like a key blade.
Right.
when you walk away, you can hear me say, "Please obey me."
What the hell just happened?
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I
Never
don't get the
change.
reference. I'm sorry.
It's
I
a
think
Kingdom
Somebody
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
I-
it's the Kingdom Hearts reference.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where the Keyblade is from.
Ah, okay.
Simple and clean.
All
as
right,
the
we're gonna hear
Oh my
no more
God.
of that, and we're gonna get me to that zinger that Dander so
Yeah, I pre-called.
predicted.
That's
Yes.
totally copyrighted by Disney, so we're definitely losing the stream now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Man, there's been some good ones in this fucking this is a good stream. I like this one. It's had some real good ones in it.
Good stream gonna get me canceled.
Well, yeah, that's part of why it's funny.
Sorry for losing you your 10 cents.
Wow, overestimate much.
Oh, have you know?
Eventually,
I've been
that 10
getting
cents
11
is a whole
cents.
$100.
I've been getting 11 cents from my recent streams. Thank you very much.
Woohoo!
All right. As the Raza detaches from Changi, leaving Callie in charge of weapons that you hope that she can't fire upon you as you're leaving, or when you return, you fly off towards.
I mean, we're either gonna disable them or we're going. Oh, you're talking about when we go to the black ship.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're taking the Raza over there, are we?
Oh, are you not? Are you just taking the
No.
Marauder?
Why would we take the whole?
I may have made an unfortunate
Wait,
assumption.
are we not taking the Raza over?
Why would we take the Raza over there?
Because if the Marauder gets shot once, it's dead. Everyone inside is dead.
Well, yeah, but the Raza's also a big giant thing, and the Marauder's stealthier.
Is it?
Yes, by definition.
Yeah, by virtue of it being smaller, it does have bonuses for that.
It's also isn't it stealthy? Like, didn't we add stuff
I
to it to be
know-
stealthier?
I don't think it's especially stealthy, is it?
Nah.
I mean, it's
Did we-
just by being.
Oh, was that
smaller.
like an option that we ended up not taking? I could have sworn there was something about
you're
it.
thinking
No, I
you're
don't
thinking
recall
of
ever
the
having
drop
that option.
pod.
Oh, the drop pod is stealthy. That's right.
Yeah.
Can we fly that over there?
No.
I mean, the Titan's basically a planet-sized fucking ship, right?
Right. You know
Straight down, straight back up.
Yeah, if you want to just go over the Marauder and just leave the command crew, go on the Marauder with our core PC group, and then maybe a couple of things that can help.
I mean, I'm down with it either way. I don't really care. I just thought that we would take the Marauder. I didn't see any reason to uproot the Raza from its current location, since it's nice and safe, tucked in there.
Sure, we'll just take the Marauder. We can, if that's what people want to do, we can just take the Marauder over, go with the entire PC group, so that if we do get shot, we'll all die together.
Yep.
And then we've got like 2 more spots, so we can. Why don't we take the flea drone and then the reprogrammed flea drone that I think Nemesis reprogrammed, and then.
And Switch. Don't forget Switch. Need somebody to carry my shit.
We did skip over the reprogramming. It's not something that'll take a particularly long time, and Nemesis hasn't been super busy. So I do need you guys to make a decision on what you're going to do with those drones. Does Nemesis get any of them? There were 4
Yeah.
flea drones that you could salvage.
Yeah, I mean, as many as I can. I want at least 2 for, regular droney stuff. But obviously, I'm sure Jai wants some automated to serve as super
It
soldiers.
requires automation requires
Pre-tech, right?
pre-tech.
Do we
But one
have-
was
Turning them into
Was
the robot, into the heavy warbot, is the one that requires pre-tech.
Gotcha.
Converting them
Okay.
into drones controllable only by someone that's connected to them just requires some basic repairs.
hold on. God damn. All right, where was the fleet? Where were the fleet drones listed? Because for some reason I thought I put them on the inventory sheet, but I apparently not.
Like how many? I was in discussion, so I was listing of what they do.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
that's what
I
you're
ever
talking about.
put in writing how many you got, but you ended up with 4 of them. If you're looking for their stats, what they do, then they are last week on the 23rd. They're just a few posts up in discussion.
God. Sure, fine. Yeah, Nemesis can do the drone. God damn it! I hate this fucking system.
Which system?
Nemesis can do what they want with them, or no, Nemesis can, I guess, turn a couple of them into drones for some reason. It seems like a waste to me, but
To use them as drones, I mean, they're still better, particularly weapons-wise, right? If I remember correctly.
I guess. Yeah, go ahead and turn a couple of them into drones if you want, and then the other 2 will leave for
Okay. It should only take. Gosh, how many hit points are repaired for drones? Is it?
I want to say it's 5 per spare part.
I thought it was 5 per spare part. Okay, so
think.
use 6 spare parts across both of them, 6 total, to repair the hit point damage to them. And let's just go ahead and roll me a int program, just to see if Nemesis bombs the programming and gets shot.
Roll good on this, or you die.
Oh, that's understandable.
There's no point to have 2 weapon fittings, is there?
Yes, let's carry heavy weapons.
Yeah.
You need 1 weapon
No,
fitting.
I mean with the flea drones, because it has the 2 integral void carbines.
I think that still uses the weapon fitting. That's essentially what those are allowing.
Yeah, a single weapon fitting allows you to have 1 encumbrance worth of weapon. Void carbines are 2, so you need 2 to be able to fit things like void carbines, laser rifles, assault rifles, etc.
Okay.
Nemesis does not get shot, and she has 2 flea drones that she can link to.
Hurrah!
And so I've made a box. Have you guys filled the box? All right.
Box.
Which box?
I believe
Oh,
you said that
this
it was all the
box.
command crew plus a drone plus somebody else, right?
Need somebody to carry my shit?
Hold on a moment. God damn it.
Power armor makes you able to carry more, right? Like it has
Uh.
encumbrance, but then it has like its own carrying weight or something like that.
If I
My
recall, I think it's +4, but I'm not. I can't remember if assault. I'll
okay.
check real quick for you. I think they
now
did.
It doesn't matter because we don't have one. I just was wondering for the future.
Right.
Does Switch need to be like considered crew in the Marauder, or can they go in cargo?
I mean,
That's a serious question.
Yeah, they're not a person, so I guess I can go in cargo.
Yeah, they can go in cargo.
I have to flip the switch.
Yeah.
That means we can bring along one of our actual security people.
Are we just gonna take all the main crew? Actually, I guess I can
Yeah.
go, and I got
The
my.
entire-
I'll get the fleet drones to run.
Hey, we're gonna talk about what we tell the crew, but we're gonna do it on a different ship.
Where'd my token go? I guess I have to give me one.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
Can we just say that we made an announcement before we left?
Do you want to?
I mean, I kind of feel like
No,
I don't really want these assholes like coming up with rumors from these two people that don't remember what the hell Jai told them.
That's true. Yeah, not basically get ahead of the news. It
Yeah.
just still seems like a really bad idea to
All right. You know,
share that
I'm going to
with
speak to them.
randomly,
I'm going to
but-
pull them aside and convince them very sternly to limit
keep their
all
mouth shut.
discussion. Yeah, limit all discussion until we return and can speak to it.
How-
Explain it properly, so because they have very plainly misunderstood from what Zoe told me they said.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a
Almost
lead
certainly,
charisma.
and almost certainly misunderstood what Jai said, which is probably nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, I misunderstood. It's funny. Hey, there we go. All right, cool.
Yeah.
We don't have to deal with this problem till later.
And
Awesome.
they both apologize for bringing it up, talking about it with Zoe.
No, I mean that's fine. You don't have to apologize for that. Just apologize for being wrong.
All right.
All right. You fly over to Black, DLK-000, and it looks like the kind of sci-fi starship, kind of almond-shaped, but also kind of cockroach-shaped, that you have seen time and time again in holovids and media about alien invasion. It literally looks like an alien invasion ship. You are not close enough to really scan for anything. When you first start, when it first starts coming into sight, you can see light coming out of what look like windows built through the body of the built along the outside of the ship. Either that or it has lights that are just or dedicated to shining out from the ship. And
navigation lights, that makes sense.
yeah, all along the body. And as you approach to within range where you can begin scanning, you are hailed.
Yeah.
Hi. What do they say?
It's only an electronic hail. There is no nothing attached to it. Basically, just a standard electronic request to open communications.
Yeah. Fine. Let's turn
That's
it
how
on
the
in here.
virus gets in.
Let's hear it.
Greetings, small shuttle. There's a
Yo.
female voice coming across the audio.
Of course it's
Of
female.
course it's female.
Of course.
I'm gonna need you to stop putting your kinks in the game, please.
What?
Wow. Went there.
We're gonna have to have a discussion after this game, Xander.
Oh, are we? Okay.
No, I'm
The teacher would like to see you after class.
Okay. Great. Let's talk it out. Oh man.
Where are you
Alright.
from, and why do you approach?
I send over the codes from the guy that we stole from the place, from the thing.
Okay. Is Zoe saying them out? Because they're not really the kind of code that you send.
Oh.
It's a verbal code.
Yes?
Okay. That is nonsensical. Please answer my question.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Who are we addressing?
I am Mother. And we'll go ahead and end the
Yeah.
session there.
Yeah, can you really not put your kinks in the game?
God damn it, Dex.
Just see that coming.
Yeah, you know what?
Jesus.
I'm inclined to agree with Xander now. This is clearly just a thing.
Mother.
Oh, Mother Senpai, step on me.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Mother Senpai does not make much sense.
I don't know. Obasan. It might actually be aunt. I don't actually remember that much of
I
Japanese.
think Oba is aunt.
Yeah, okay.
I think. My Japanese isn't really, tutored at all. Let's say that.
Oh, I took 4 years of Japanese. I have no excuse.
Oh yeah.
It was 10 years ago, so I don't fucking remember any of it.
No, I am quote unquote self-taught from watching anime.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that'll do it.
So I know a few words, but I make no claims to understanding grammatical structure or anything.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
All
All right, good game, you guys. That was a good session.
Yeah.